All right, what's up?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Batavia Muckdog Baseball this evening. As, for the third time in 4 days, how about that? The Jamestown Tarpskunks will be hosting the Muckdogs. Well, second time in 3 days.
Yeah, a familiar foe at this point.
Absolutely. So, this is the second time in 3 days these teams have played here at Russell Dietrich Park. The Muckdogs were victorious at home versus Jamestown back on the 20th. We will hold for a moment for the playing of the national anthem, but when we return, we'll have the coverage, we'll do a little discussion, and then we'll be just about ready for baseball this evening.
Stay tuned.
After that rendition of the national anthem, we're back, Luca, and how are you feeling today? It's familiar foe, as you said.
Yeah, I'm feeling good today. You know, our Muckdogs don't like to lose any games at all. We've been very good this season at coming back after a loss. We had a streak of about 3 or 4 games where if we dropped a game, we would come back with double-digit scoring. I expect our Muckdogs to be fired up today. I expect us to get some revenge on these Tarpskunks, and I expect it to start with the starter today, Jaden Sherwood.
Jaden Sherwood on the season will be making his second start. He's been good out of the pen. Last pitched versus the Ironbacks just a few days ago. Through 4 appearances, 8.2 innings, a 3.12 ERA. So Sherwood, a strike thrower, got good stuff. You know, not the largest frame at 5'11", 160. But he can throw some heat.
Yeah, he definitely can throw some heat. Not the biggest frame. Usually pitchers who throw heat like our very own Jake Sliz, who are around 6'4", lengthy. Those are the guys who are throwing heat. But Sherwood makes it work with the frame that he has, and I expect him to throw strikes. And we really need some depth today out of our starter Sherwood.
Yes, couldn't have said it better myself. Let's take a look now at the Muckdog lineup, which, for the first time this season, coming off of back-to-back losses, you know they don't want to make it 3 in a row. Leading off today for the first time this year, it'll be the center fielder Travis Hammond. Tyler Castrataro gets a day off shortstop, but he's still the extra hitter, batting second. Batting third, the left fielder Braden Horton. In the 4 hole, it'll be the first baseman Justin Espinal. Batting fifth, playing short, it's Brian Fry. In the 6 hole, it's the designated hitter James Bolton. Batting seventh and manning right, it's Jacob Vesco. Cameron Koppel plays third base, bats eighth. Kanta Ueno is the second baseman, batting ninth. Cooper Fesh rounds out the order. He is catching this evening. Travis Hammond digs into the plate. Colin Bola is on the mound tonight for the Tarpskunks. He kicks, fires, and we are underway as Travis Hammond fouls the first pitch back for strike 1. Bola pitched on June 1st versus the Muckdogs. He went 2 innings, allowed 1 run. Interestingly, though, 1 run on no hits. Struck out 4 batters, walked 3.
Unlucky.
Unlucky, a combination of unlucky and some struggling to hit the strike zone. As Travis Hammond flashes bunt. Diving effort was made by the catcher Branston Lindquist, but he couldn't reach that one, and the count now is 0-2. Something interesting of note, the Tarpskunks coming off of a doubleheader split versus the Pioneers yesterday, they will be without Justin Bremner this evening.
Yeah, and that's like almost like a sigh of relief, right? When we saw that in the lineup. Bremner is a very powerful hitter, definitely somebody that is deadly in that Tarpskunk lineup when he's in there.
There's a swing and a miss. Bola picks up where he left off the last time these two teams played. Last time he appeared in this matchup, I should say. He strikes out Travis Hammond for out number 1. As digging up to the plate now, it will be Tyler Castrataro. Castrataro on the season up to a 367 average. He's been feeling it at the plate. You see that 876 OPS. Takes that one outside for ball 1. And, you know, you got to give him some rest, but the way he's hitting, you can't take his bat out of the lineup. He's integral, especially when you're trying not to lose 3 games in a row. So he fouls that one back to even the count up at 1.
And it's not even just his hitting ability, but it's his eye, it's his ability to be able to get on base, and also his legs when he's on base, trying to manufacture runs for this Muckdogs lineup.
Truly an all-around guy. So talented. He's up 2 balls and a strike on Bola. Bola on the season as the 2-1 pitch is cut on and missed to even the count up at 2s. I'll give you a season stat for the summer, and then I'll give you a season stat for his collegiate year at Penn State Behrend, which will make sense when you see the stuff he's got as the 2-2 pitch on the way. Misses inside to run the count full. This summer has a 1.69 ERA over 5.1 innings pitched. This is his second start. He was second in his conference in strikeouts at Penn State Behrend, as he gets Tyler Castrataro to strike out right on cue. 2 Ks to open up his night. You can see with pitches like that how he ended up second in strikeouts in a conference.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice slider to put away Castrataro right there. As Bola's coming out looking strong. The southpaw now going against the ever-dangerous Horton.
Braden Horton, first pitch to him. Taken inside for a ball. Horton did not get a hit in last night's game, but walked 3 times, so he maintains that excellent on-base percentage, which sits at .585 as he enters his 10th game. Outside, the count 2-0. Flash the stats back up. An OPS over 1,000, an average at 346, a slug at 500. There's really not more you can ask for.
No, and Horton usually leads off, so a versatile hitter as well, being our leadoff guy, and also somebody who you can plug in into the 3 spot and expect to do some damage with runners on.
Here comes the 2-0. Breaking ball inside, and he's ahead 3-0. We said it yesterday. So far, you know, not a lot of time. This is just silly. 12 walks to 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, and, you know, as the 3-0 pitch is coming down.
It misses for ball 4, so Braden Horton, a 4-pitch walk. We've been seeing a lot of that. Teams don't seem too inclined to pitch to him.
No, and something I've noticed about Horton, we have such a good view here in the Jamestown Stadium, is he's very far back in that box, which only gives him more time to see the pitches coming down. That's a strategic batting stance for Horton.
He's just buying himself more time, as Justin Espinal will hit from the right side. He also had a good day at the plate yesterday with 3 base hits. Looking at his numbers on the season, an average up at .304, came into yesterday's game in the 260s, so you can see that big performance yesterday. As Horton goes for second, the throw is not in time. The pitch was up high for a ball, so it's a stolen base for Horton, a 2-0 count on Justin Espinal.
You know, how many times have we seen this already this season? Horton gets a walk, and then his legs are moving. He is always a constant on the base paths.
Always ready to go. Bola looks back, now will come to the plate. Espinal fouls that away. The count is 2 balls and a strike.
Espinal has been red hot for this Muckdogs lineup. He's in a good spot here to get another first-run lead for the Muckdogs.
Inside is the heater. Bola was rolling through those first 2, but has struggled to find the zone a little bit, facing 3 and 4 in the Muckdog order. Justin Espinal 1 pitch away from drawing a walk, the second straight 2-out base runner. That's a ground ball to third, fielded cleanly. The throw from McGuire is in time to retire the side. So Colin Bola allows 1 walk, strikes out 2, and tosses a scoreless top half of the first inning. Different to the tune of the last time these two teams were here.
You're right.
After a half inning of play, it's 0-0 at the Tarpskunks coming to bat.
Did you know that 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance with Geico?
Yeah, but did you know that Dewey's favorite snack is popcorn from the Batavia Muckdogs?
Hey, I bet you're a good catcher of donuts in your mouth.
Hey! Don't chop at it. It's not a sword.
You're not a sword. Come on.
Right, two.
Oh, that's ugly, man. Strike out, video boy.
Come on now.
Right, three.
Huh? I caught it. You're out.
But I ticked it. It hit the bat.
You're still out.
You're still fat.
We return now for the bottom of inning number 1 as Jaden Sherwood takes the mound. Let's give you a look at the numbers for Sherwood on the season. Set him briefly at the open, but a 3.12 ERA over 8.2 innings pitched, making his 5th appearance, second start of the season. He'll face the leadoff man Nolan Smith as he delivers one high for ball 1. 1-0 pitch on its way. There's a strike, the count even at once. Sherwood went 3 scoreless innings against the Ironbacks.
Nice outside pitch right there from Sherwood.
That was back on the 19th. He'll face a big lineup today, but as we mentioned, a big lineup missing a big bat, a key part of its success in Justin Bremner. Also, you have to consider the factor of, you know, the Tarpskunks are just going to be a bit limited with their arms because they played so many days in a row. There's a swing and a ball fouled back. Nolan Smith stays alive. Tarpskunks with the doubleheader yesterday, bunch of games in a row.
Yeah, it's never easy. It's never easy, especially playing in this heat again today. It takes an effect. It takes an effect on the players. Even just standing out in right field, I could imagine just sweating.
The sun absolutely beating down on these players. That one fouled away again. They'll do it again. On 3-2.
Strong AB from Smith to start this game. Prolonging the at-bat. The more pitches he sees, the more likely he gets a hit.
That's a one-hopper to second base. Ueno Fields throws in time for out number 1. With that, let's take a look at tonight's Tarpskunk starting lineup. You saw Nolan Smith in the leadoff hole. Jacob Haynes will bat second and play as the designated hitter. He won't play the field. Batting third, it's the third baseman, Brady McGuire. Nathan Borchar bats fourth, plays first base. Batting fifth, it's the shortstop, Brady Marshall, as the first pitch from Sherwood. Swing and a miss, strike 1 from Haynes. In the sixth hole, it's the second baseman, Ty Ligoni. Batting seventh, manning right field is Dom Costello. Eric Weeks bats eighth, plays left. Nico Frizzell plays center field, bats ninth. And Branston Lindquist is behind the dish, rounding out the order. The count 1-1 on the dangerous Jacob Haynes. That one, slow chopper. Outside of third foul. It's 1-2 now on the designated hitter. Haynes hit a ball, absolutely crushed one the last time these two teams were here. Was relatively quiet, aside from that. Their check swing. They say he went. The ball is to the backstop at strike 3. But Jacob Haynes will reach as it just got too far away from the catcher Cooper Fesh. So a drop third strike, but the man will reach in Haynes. So even when they complete the difficult task of setting him down, he still finds a way to get on base. As now up to the plate, it'll be Brady McGuire. Normally, this is where you'd see Justin Bremner. McGuire, though, getting a bump up today as he swings and misses. There is strike 1 on the season. McGuire is hitting .326, got a .483 on base. So still a really nice hitter in the middle of this lineup. As with no balls and a strike, that one misses outside to even the count. McGuire with 7 stolen bases leads the team. So a good hitter, and when he does get on base, which he does pretty often, he capitalizes. He doesn't just settle. He's not a station-to-station kind of guy.
Very much like Horton.
Yes.
Right. You know, he gets on base, and there's an immediate anxiety that the pitcher gets that, hey, I gotta worry about this guy.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Jaden Sherwood with the second K.
Yeah.
This one, no drop third strike, so an out comes along with it.
Yeah, Sherwood is doing a really nice job of mixing in that fastball and slider. He's struck out 2, one of those runners, unfortunately, on first base, but struck out 2 with that slider so far. Seems to be working good for him today.
Now coming to the plate, it's Nathan Borchar. He's been in the lineup, a fixture in the middle of the order, every single time these two teams have played. He has been, I don't mean to say this in a bad way towards him, I have no ill will, but he's been a problem. He's supplied some ribbies, some extra base hits. The season maybe hasn't started quite the way he's wanted it to, as they'll check in
That was
on Haynes at first.
That was closer than I think we realized. Espinal almost got him right there.
Sherwood on 0-1. Misses outside to even the count at a ball and a strike.
I expect Borchar to be aggressive right here. Look for Sherwood to throw Off speed to get a swing and miss.
Goes to the heater. He is aggressive. Grounds it out to second. Ueno will flip to short. Fry covering, and there is out number 3. So, Jaden Sherwood responds with a scoreless inning of his own. We're headed to the second inning here tonight. Score is 0-0. Back now for inning number 2. Things will open up with the shortstop today, left fielder yesterday, everywhere, anywhere, everywhere, all at once, Brian Fry. First pitch from Colin Bola is outside for ball 1.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I just have an affinity for utility men. I don't know if it started with Ben Zobrist back on his prime days on Tampa Bay, as the 1-0 pitch is a ball. I just have a love for utility men. I've always thought it was just cool that one player could play multiple positions. It's not easy.
2-0. Misses outside, so the count 3-0. There's no doubt about it, no denying that Colin Bola has some great stuff. But I think he runs into an issue that we see from a lot of pitchers in this league, is that sometimes there's just some trouble controlling it, as Brian Fry draws a leadoff walk.
Yeah, and when you're coming up against a guy like Fry, who has no issue standing there, not swinging at all, and taking 4 straight balls because he's such a good player that gets on base, it only works in his favor. Bola needs to pitch against a guy who wants to swing if he's struggling with the zone.
James Bolton, also a guy who's extremely patient at the plate. They've got Fry picked off between first and second, but it goes into left field. The throw goes into left field, so Brian Fry seemed dead to rights. But in E3 from Nathan Borchar, a wild throw, and now, before tossing a pitch to the plate, Brian Fry has advanced to second base.
Well, that's a great break for the
Yes,
Muckdogs.
huge break. As you saw the numbers on James Bolton, he has been great of late. Batting .259, has there's a strike, a .781 OPS, 9 walks to 8 strikeouts. So probably Kang a little bit more than he'd like to. But again, like, having that ability to control the strike zone,
Correct,
is oh so important as a hitter. The 0-1. Breaking ball up and outside to even the count at once.
a 1-1 count, usually a hitter's count. Look to see if there's any action on this next pitch.
They look back at Fry at second. Brian Fry has 4 stolen bags on the season, so it makes sense to pay some attention to him. They already had him hung up, just couldn't finish the job, as the 1-1 is tapped foul. Bola jumps ahead 1-2. Already looking for his third K. He's gotten just 3 outs so far. So really getting a lot of strikeouts early on.
Yeah, the stuff is obvious. The stuff is obvious there, and I think you touched on it really well. It's the control, right? If he's throwing for strikes, if he's putting the hitter in tough positions, then he's going to get whiffs. But if he's missing the zone, obviously that is going to work against him.
Again, they throw behind Fry. Back easily. That one grounded up the middle. Fielded by Marshall. The throw to first is in time.
Does the job.
A productive first out from James Bolton moves Brian Fry to third base with 1 away.
And, that throwing error, now the Muckdogs have a man on third with 1 out instead of there just being nobody on with 2 out.
It looms large.
See if the Tarpskunks can limit the damage.
They bring the infielders in, trying to keep this game scoreless. Vesco checks his swing, but it's a called strike 1 on the heater. Vesco in right field tonight. He's got 4 ribbies on the season. Came in for Braden Reyna in last night's game. Went 0 for 1. As that one
gets away.
Gets by the catcher, Lindquist. Brian Fry will walk to the plate. So without recording a single hit, he's made it around the bases, and the Muckdogs strike first here tonight. They're up 1-0.
Like I just said, instead of there being 2 outs, nobody on, Fry's on third because of the throwing error after advancing off the Bolton ground out. Then a ball gets past the catcher, and now he scores. Just the little things in baseball that can lead to bigger outcomes.
Now, in a completely different scenario, Vesco grounds that to short. Marshall fields, throws high, but Borchard manages to stay on the bag right
Nice
there
play.
for out number 2.
Nice play by Borchard here to keep his foot on the bag while still extending to get that high ball.
Cameron Koppel will come to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. Koppel has not had a lot of opportunities as a hitter as of late. So they're trying to get him some ABs. He swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it away. Strike 1.
And it's smart. It's strategic. You never know when you're going to need a guy off the bench to get you a big hit later in the season. Why not get Koppel out here right now and get him some ABs?
Takes that pitch up high to even the count at once. With all these guys on the roster, everyone in the PGCBL on your team is going to play. So 100% it's good to keep guys as regular as you possibly can. That breaking ball just misses off the plate. So for his first time getting a live AB in over a week, it looks pretty good up there.
Yeah, the eye is definitely there from Koppel.
Pops that one out of play down the first base line.
He's taking some good hacks in this AB as well.
He has recently become a fixture in the starting rotation for the Muckdogs. Initially came out of the pen. 2-2 pitch on its way. Fly ball, again, foul, down the right field line. Lands in the Muckdog bullpen. Koppel started as a reliever, if you remember, was terrific, got the win in that miraculous 13-12 comeback win over Geneva.
That was a great game.
2-2, line
Nice
shot back up the
job.
middle. There's a base hit. Cameron Koppel answers the call. He's on. First hit of the day for the Muckdogs.
Yeah, so that's a great at-bat from Koppel there. One of his first ABs of the year, I would say. Fouled off a few pitches, took some good pitches as well that were just off the plate, showing off that he was seeing the ball well. Great job. Great at-bat from Koppel.
Digging in now, it's Kanta Ueno with a man at first and 2 outs. Ueno, a big-time contact guy. I'll show you his numbers. Oh, and they throw over. Nice move from Bola. Koppel, for a moment, was flat-footed, but he gets back in time. Ueno, a 259 average, a 290 on base, a 550 OPS. But the thing with Conta, the average may not be crazy high right now, but he just puts the ball in play.
Always.
And he has, I don't have the exact number. I haven't been keeping track of the stat exactly. He's reached on errors more than anyone else on the team, no doubt about it. And that's because he puts the ball in play. Yeah. He's a fast runner. Good things happen.
There's something to it. In the MLB, there's a bunch of guys who have a ton of strikeouts, and the MLB is a different game. But here in the PGCBL, Skip Martinez really emphasizes contact, make the defense make a play, and Conta really is the MVP of that.
And it makes sense because, look, in MLB, if you hit a ground ball in the infield, it's probably going to be an out. But the reality is that it's just more valuable to make contact because you don't know. You don't know in this league. 2-0 pitch. That one paints the inside corner for strike one. Can hear hitting coach Khalid Cox over at first.
Much more vocal today, I would say, than really any other game already.
You heard him right there saying, aggressive, be aggressive. Let's see if he takes the word. He takes a strike, and now the count even at 2s. Bola, ready, comes home. Tapped foul outside of third. Ueno does a good job staying alive.
It's hard to strike Conta out. That's really all you have to say. This dude just makes contact. Never an easy out with Conta Ueno at the plate.
Runner goes. Ueno again reaches out, fouls it away.
Just putting the bat out there, not allowing a strikeout to happen. Was that a ball? Probably, but Conta knowing that, let me just foul this pitch off and give me another chance in this AB.
He's just got elite bat control, and I think that's what it comes down to.
Well, we're always seeing him in BP and taking extra swings, showing up to the office early. It makes sense.
2-2, he reaches out, slow roller to shortstop. Marshall fields, throws to first.
Oh.
In time, just in time.
Oh, I don't know.
That was a very close play, probably closer than any of the Tarpskunks thought. Ueno, already a speedy guy, was busting it out of the box, but they just get him. 2, close out the top half of the second. The Muckdogs score first. They put 1 run up. They get 1 hit. They leave 1 runner left on base, and after an inning and a half, they lead this ball game 1-0.
Hi, what can I get for you?
One motel down, please.
Oh, that sounds good.
Here you go.
Hey, you know what? Let me get one of those too.
Hey,
Thank you, good sir.
what is this Muckdog Ale?
Oh, it's actually the official beer of the Batavia Muckdogs, brewed by yours truly, Eli Fish. Come down, stop by, and get yourself some drinks, some food, awesome stuff at 109 Main Street.
Back on now for the bottom of inning number 2. Jaden Sherwood will take on 5, 6, and 7 in the Tarpskunk order. Brady Marshall, Ty Lagoni, and Dom Costello. After Luca, a great first inning of work. What'd you see from him?
Sherwood, like I said earlier, he's been really good at locating that fastball for strikes and then working that slider off of it for the strikeouts. He needs to continue to throw the fastball for strikes. If he can throw the slider for a strike as well, that'll really, really put some pressure on the Tarpskunks hitters.
There's a strike to even the count at once. Brady Marshall on the season. Not a lot of slug. So he grounds that one up the middle. Diving play by Ueno, but it gets by him and into center field. So a leadoff single as the Tarpskunks have their first hit of the night.
Nice piece of hitting there.
Actually, I was about to say the same exact thing word for word.
Yeah, that is just a nice piece of hitting there. Not trying to do too much with the fastball. Just shot it right back up the middle. Honestly, I think I might have went through Sherwood's legs.
They'll check in on Marshall at first as Ty Ligoni, the middle infield pairing with Brady Marshall, can play some shortstop. We've seen him there. Manning second base. Takes that one low. Fesh behind the plate tonight blocks that. Ligoni on the season, hitting .255. It's funny that seeing all these guys who we just saw them a few days ago, not used to that.
Yeah, I almost feel like, obviously calling the Muckdogs games, I feel like I know our players, obviously interacting with them on a day-to-day basis, but I feel like I know these Tarpskunks.
Yeah, honestly.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a familiarity with this team.
1-1. That one misses outside of the count 2-1. I was thinking on my drive to the office before we took the bus. I was like, I think I can guess what the Tarpskunk lineup is going to be 1 through 10, what position they'll play, what numbers they wear, everything. As the runner goes, the throw down to second base is not in time. The speedster Brady Marshall swipes his 6th bag of the year.
Yeah, it's a good job by Marshall, wreaking havoc on the base paths now after getting on. Tarpskunks looking to tie up this ball game with a single or a hit of any kind.
The pitch was deemed a ball, so 3-1 the count on Ligoni.
Sherwood is taking his time.
Broken bat. Very broken bat. Wow.
That is got some firewood out on the field.
A massive, massive piece. Flew out towards Cameron Koppel at third. They'll hand that off. The ball went well foul outside of third.
Almost looked like there was explosives in the baseball when he hit that. I mean, his bat completely shattered.
We don't see a whole lot of broken bats.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised we haven't seen more, especially in this wooden bat league, and these players are learning to practice hitting with the wooden bats.
So the count...
That was actually pretty cool.
That was cool to see as the count now runs full on Ligoni. Sherwood looking to record his first out here in inning number 2. That breaking ball misses up high. So, back-to-back base runners open up the inning for the Tarpskunks. First and second, nobody out, as Dom Costello will come to the plate. Costello on the season has really good numbers. He's hitting .354 with a .407 on base.
Big lefty for this Tarpskunk lineup. Almost looks like Giancarlo stance a little bit with how he's angled, but from the left-hand side.
First pitch misses outside for ball 1. He is the right fielder tonight. Costello, a guy that the Muckdogs have seen quite a bit. Hailing from Gannon University, the 1-0. Grounded to second base. Ueno. It hits the runner, actually.
Yep.
So that's going to be an out. They'll send the runner Marshall at third. He has to go back to second. As some tough luck for the Tarpskunks.
Well, I really think that the runner right there was trying to deke Kanta but ended up obviously getting in the way and doing more harm than good. I don't know if that would have been a double play ball, but nonetheless, we have runners on first and second with 1 out.
I'd say that would not have been a double play.
Right.
I don't think it was hit hard enough. It's Eric Weeks with a hot shot into left field. That one will one hop for a base hit. They keep the runner Marshall at third. So the bases are loaded. Had to hold up. Wasn't sure if Braden Horton was going to be able to get there in time.
Yeah, it was a strong throw-in from Horton to keep the runner on third. Nice piece of hitting by Woodley right there.
Now, it's Nico Frizzell. Frizzell hitting at the bottom of the order, but another guy who's got some pop. He struggled at the plate, but does have a home run. However, hitting 125 on the season. He grounds that one to second base. Ueno Field steps on the back,
Nice.
throws to first.
Nice.
In time.
Good play.
A massive double play
Good job.
to escape the bases loaded jam. Sherwood bears down, and thanks to the DP, the 4-3 started by Conta Ueno. There's no runs on the board in the inning. Muckdogs up 1-0 as we head to the third. The Batavia Muckdogs could not operate without our sponsors. While we have a moment, I'll shine a light on some of the incredible sponsors which power Muckdog Baseball. A huge thank you to Alex's Place, Batavia Downs, Eli Fish, Ficarella's Pizza, Rochester Regional Health, the Mental Health Association, Tiny Piney, Tompkins Bank, the YMCA, Whole Life Fitness, Farm Credit East, and many, many more.
Yeah, a very, very special thank you to all of our sponsors that help make this team run. They make us proud. I hope that we make them proud. Wouldn't be able to do it without them.
Just want to show them the love that they show us. To put it simply.
It's an exchange of love.
Yes. So much love, so much love.
I just said that to make you smile.
As Cooper Fesh will now dig up to the plate. Fesh hit third yesterday. Had a big day. He grounds that one up the middle. Marshall has a hit off his glove. It'll be a base hit. He had a long way to go to field that ball.
Yeah, I almost think Marshall never really thought he had a play there, as he was really casual with trying to get that ball, trying to scoop it into his glove.
Well, I can tell you that I never really thought he had a play on that ball. I'm surprised he even got to it in the first place. It's a base hit for Cooper Fesh, as Travis Hammond will come to the plate. Didn't get a chance to show the numbers for Hammond on the season.
Yeah, Muckdogs fans, look for a bunt in this at-bat. Hammond has speed himself, maybe able to move over the runner to second as well with a strong hitter behind him in Castritaro.
There you go. He lays the bunt down. Bola Fields. He'll throw to first in time. So you'll have to hold on those stats on Travis Hammond, unfortunately. We'll have them for you next, AB. It's a sacrifice bunt, though, as Cooper Fesh advances to second base. Luca, you are all over that.
I was. It's almost like I've been watching this team every single day for the past few days.
It's a great point.
Yes.
As Tyler Castritaro digs in, looking for better fortune this time. He struck out back in the first inning. Flies that one down the right field line. Has some carry.
And, you know, not as much foul ground here. We talked a lot about when we were playing the Americans with how much foul ground that field had. Jamestown, not so much.
No, definitely a little less room. I'd say compared to Dwyer Stadium, probably a little more here, I'd say.
You think so? Yeah.
I'd say yes. Pretty similar, though, as the 0-1. Check swing. They say he went.
Oh.
That was a nasty breaking ball right there from Colin Bola.
That ball had a lot of spin to it. Even though it landed in the dirt, there's a reason why a good hitter in Castrataro swung at it.
So after the wicked curveball, Castrataro is behind in the count 0-2. He'll look to battle back. Reaches out, grounds it to second base. Fielded by Ligoni. He throws in time to first. Fesh advances to third on the 4-3 putout.
Productive out. Productive out.
Productive out. Hey, we already saw it in the first inning. Second inning, I should say. Used to the Muckdogs scoring in the first. Actually didn't do it tonight. Kind of a rarity, to be honest.
Honestly, a rarity for sure. As
head coach Frank Jagoda is going to go out before Braden Horton comes to the plate.
Makes sense. I mean, Horton is the type of guy we've talked about. Pitchers just don't want to pitch to him, so obviously a game plan.
There's double barrel action out in the Tarpskunk bullpen. Bola maybe starting, but this is more geared up to be a bullpen kind of day because he hasn't pitched more than 3 innings. He's not a bulk guy.
I see. I think Bola's been twirling the ball pretty well today, so I'm a little bit surprised about that. But it makes sense, especially with the doubleheader that they've had.
Hasn't really, he hasn't been a bulk guy here, but he threw the 3rd most innings in his conference this season. So a guy that
maybe they like to use him in spots. He's obviously a very effective pitcher. Maybe they're just trying to use him in spots and not try to wear him out as the season goes on.
That one just misses.
Great take from Horton right there to get back even in this count. That is a professional take.
A ball and a strike, the count now on Horton. That one in the dirt. Also outside. Yeah, Braden Horton.
He's not going to beat himself. Look for some action on this next 2-1 pitch.
And is it a shocker at all that he's ahead in the count?
No.
Two one, fouled back. Saw a breaking ball that caught a bit of the zone. But the count is even at 2-2. Horton walked and swiped a bag back in the first inning.
Yeah, tell me something new.
Different day, same result. Looking to drive in a run here. The pitch reaches out, ground ball to short. Marshall Fields throws. It's high, and Braden Horton beats it out. Run scores.
Great job.
You said it. The second that ball got out there, got to be quick because Braden Horton from the left side of the batter's box. So there, he's already going to get to first quicker. He busts it out of the box. He's got some speed.
Yeah, he hit that into deep, or at least deeper to the shortstop, and he knew that he had a chance to dig it out if he ran hard, and that's exactly what he did, and able to drive in the run and keep this inning alive for a red-hot Justin Espinal.
They'll throw over. Bola's got a good move.
He does.
Not every left-hander has a super strong move. Definitely one of those guys.
Well, you can just tell when pitchers work on their move and when they don't. Some just do it out of necessity, like, oh, I have to throw back. Some guys you can just tell they work on it to really try to sneak outs, as that is a deep fly ball into left field.
That ball is
out there.
It's a home run for Justin Espinal.
Yes.
The first long ball of the season for the Muckdogs, and they're up 4-0. A bomb to left from the cleanup man.
You know, in the first game, we don't talk about a home run at all, and it happens. That's, you know, I guess it was just made to work like that. Great swing by Espinal, who can hit from the left side, obviously has power from the right side. And this all goes back to Horton digging out that play and keeping this inning alive to allow Espinal to come up to bat. Great hitting by the Muckdogs.
How about it? So, with the long ball, now up 4-0 as Brian Fry comes to the plate with nobody on. That one just misses outside. For a ball.
That was cool. That was good.
A shot off the bat. That's a hot shot up the middle. Marshall snares it. He'll throw to first in time, but not before the Muckdogs strike for 3 runs in the inning. They hit their first home run of the season.
Woo!
And after 2.5 innings of play, they lead 4-0.
Dude, that boy is great.
Justin Espinal is red hot at the plate.
Yes, he is.
Branson Lindquist, fly ball down the right field line. That one is going to dunk in for a base hit. And it goes by Vesco, rolls towards the warning track. He picks it up. But Lindquist is in there at second with a leadoff double. Nice piece of hitting there to open up the inning. Jaden Sherwood still on the bump.
Yeah, not leaving Sherwood any time to breathe. An immediate double to start this inning for the Tarpskunks as they look to get some runs back, being down 4-0 early.
As the lineup flips over now with Nolan Smith to the plate. Foul tips, that one goes in and out of the glove of Cooper Fesh. Doesn't matter. Counts as a strike no matter what, as there. It's now an 0-1 count. Smith, last time to the dish, grounded out to Kanta Ueno. A ground out here, I think you'd take that. That's a productive out. It would move the runner Lindquist into third.
Well, being up 4 runs as well changes the dynamic a bit. You know, trading an out for a runner moving to third is something that Sherwood would definitely take.
100%. I think the Tarpskunks, that would be, you know, they both don't want the other to succeed, but I think a ground ball to second base, as that one hits off the glove, goes out to Ueno. He throws on the run.
Nice play.
In time. So we do all that talking about a ground out to second base. It happens. I think that's the one rare thing in baseball when 2 competitors are going at it. I think both teams take that.
Yeah, you know, you bring up a really good point because now any hit into the outfield brings home a run for the Tarpskunks. But also, being up 4, the Muckdogs will really, in most scenarios, will take the out.
Yes. It was a really great recovery. Jaden Sherwood stuck the glove out to try to corral it. Ricocheted, but Kanta Ueno, Johnny on the spot right there.
Yeah, he's already had a really strong day at second, as in the last inning, taking the double play by himself to get Sherwood out of trouble. Nice shot by Kanta.
Jacob Haynes with a ground ball to short, so the run will score. Fry fields cleanly, throws to first in time. So a pair of productive ground outs put the Tarpskunks on the board. It's 4-1, but 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the third.
And I once again, I think that was something that both teams would take.
100%. I think they're okay with that.
Sherwood and Sherwood's been strong today as well. So giving up 1 run with 2 outs in this inning, he's going to look to get this batter out and move on.
First pitch to Brady McGuire. Misses. McGuire struck out back in the first. As there's a grounder to Fry again. Rinse and repeat. 3 ground outs on back-to-back-to-back hitters. Jaden Sherwood doing a great job today. As through 3 innings of play, the Muckdogs lead 4-1 as the Tarpskunks get their first run on the board.
My dude Josh Petrosky, 716 Hurt, best team around. Great day to have a great day. I've heard you're the biggest troll on the team, so I got to get you. Oh, these guys are called the Muckdogs too? That's sick. What's up, what's up? How you doing today? Living the dream. You have 1 arm to throw with. He's got 2. This is going to be so fun to watch. I'm excited. Probably a little easier when the batter's in the box and not behind a fence. Yeah, the only thing I'm really seeing, like the ones you're leaving out, you're just pulling that glove early and letting that arm get long and draggy out there. You know, I never thought I'd say it'd be a bad day to be an American, but given the context that we're playing the Americans, bad day to be an American. I got to learn how to handle you. That's why, like, a big thing is letting you do you, because I've never had a switch pitcher. So, oh, now he's going to do it with his other arm. What a talented specimen of a human. Ooh, saucy. Love that. Slide step, fuzz piece at the knees. Banana bread at work, dude. Attack, no walks, make them hit. Yeah. No one's stringing together hits against us yet, so until they do that, let's fill it up. Yeah. Pass the IDAR test, that's for sure.
From the right side?
From both sides. There's one thing Skip does, it's always have a good watch and always have clean shoes. 315, yeah, I knew that off the top of my head. Yeah, easy. I'm definitely under a squat rack at least twice a week. Hollinsworth's never seen a cornfield. You know my high school had to bring your tractor to school day? Oh, he has ate it. Aaron Judge. Oh, Jacob Vesco, not Aaron Judge. There's a cow on my mound right now. There you go. Finish him. Oh, sit him down. Oh, there we go. I wish I was half as good with 1 arm as he is with both. Baby shark, baby shark, keep doing your thing. 12 pitch.
A new pitcher on the mound for the Tarpskunks. As we head now to inning number 4, Colin Bola's day is done. He allows 4 runs. And highlighted, exclamation point, that 2-run homer.
Yeah, right. I think Bola was really pitching well. Had some strikeouts early to start the game. His stuff looked good, but Espinal put a charge into one and ballooned the lead to 4-0. Now 4-1.
As the new pitcher in the game is Sam Rickman, a right-hander now on the bump. From Spring, Texas, he's pitched in 2 games so far this summer. Has a 4.1 innings pitched, a 6.23 ERA. And how about this? Was the 47th ranked first baseman in the state of Texas according to Perfect Game in 2024.
That's legit.
That is legit, and at first base for a pitcher. So a few things.
Yeah, interesting.
Interesting about that.
When pitchers can play in the field, usually it's in spots where you need a good arm. Third base, shortstop, left field, right field. But interestingly enough, a really good first baseman prospect nonetheless.
He's definitely got some heat out on the mound. Used to probably that Texas heat.
Yeah.
This weather, it's nothing for him.
That's
absolutely nothing. Even with those dark jerseys.
Yeah, that Texas heat is different.
The 2-1 misses outside. James Bolton quickly ahead. 3 balls and a strike. Bolton grounded out. That was in the second inning when Bola was still on the mound. takes strike 2 right there from Rickman.
Yeah, strong fastball from Rickman on that 3-1 pitch to stay in this at-bat. Rickman shaking off 3 pitches. Bolton now looking for time.
It'll be Bolton, Vesco, and Koppel here in inning number 4. So 6, 7, 8 in the order. 3-2. Up and outside. Bolton draws a leadoff walk.
It's just what he does. Just what he does. Never takes himself out of the AB. I almost think that when he goes up there, he says, I have to see at least 3 pitches every time.
Yeah, definitely lets the count get deep routinely.
Routinely.
As in comes Jacob Vesco. Vesco also grounded out to shortstop. We've seen a lot of ground outs to shortstop through the first 3 innings.
It's been a ground ball type of day so far.
That one misses outside.
Yeah, Rickman a little wild with his fastball to start his outing.
I think there's a good chance we see a mound visit if he throws a few more balls to Vesco.
Yeah.
I think he loses him here. Someone's going to go talk to Rickman on the mound for sure.
It's a good prediction.
2-0 is cut on and missed, so there is a strike. We'd like to give a special shout out to Rowan and everyone tuned in this evening as Vesco chases the high heat and evens the count at 2-2.
Thank you all to our loyal supporters and listeners today, especially Rowan.
Especially Rowan. I would like to ask, does Rowan have a stat prediction for today as a B?
Is dangerously close to Nikita. We have some action in the press box. Nikita keeping his cool.
2-2. Just misses.
And the B has left.
The B leaves.
I'm sorry, folks. That was very intense.
Luca is a little bit flustered right now by this B. It's coming up close and personal.
If you guys could see it, it's a pretty big one.
3 balls, 2 strikes. That one grounded to third. The throw to second for 1. On to first. Offline. So only 1 out recorded. It's a 5-4-3 fielder's choice as the throw from Lagoni to secure the double play was offline. As I was saying before the B came, if Rowan or anyone else has a score prediction, we'd love to see that.
Yes, we would. Yes, we would. Rowan, we thought you had it the other day against the Americans. The game ended up not really going the way we wanted it to, of course. Drop, everybody, any listener, drop your score predictions in the chat.
And Luca, I got to ask, what's your Luca's lock of the day?
Wow. Are you putting me on the spot with the Luca's lock of the day? The home run is already off the table.
Yeah, no. See, I think the key was that we just needed to stop talking about it.
I agree. I agree. I think we see a Beaver 3 strikeout outing today.
Okay. It has been some time. The last time Garrett Beaver entered a ball game was the 18th versus Newark. He pitched 2 innings in that one. But it's 5 days later. I think there's a good chance we see him today as Koppel tops that one to third. McGuire fields, throws on to first. They complete the double play this time. Similar play, different result. As it's a scoreless inning for Sam Rickman, and after 3.5 innings of play here this evening, the Muckdogs lead 4-1.
Who would you not let you date your daughter? On this team, none of them.
Walker Gleishaw, Irwin's Branch, Sam Gill. We'll go with
Blake. Gotta be Blake. I'm not letting Blake date my daughter.
Yo, I forgot about Blake.
Definitely Blake. Love you, Blake. Can't date my daughter.
Sam Gill.
Irwin's Branch date my daughter. Reed Markham absolutely can never date my daughter, ever.
Cooper Roman, just because he's Coop. I wouldn't let Walker Gleishaw date my daughter. Brian Fry.
Branch, for sure. Bama, Garrett Beaver.
Oh, Sliz.
That's not even a question.
This is an easy one for me. I've got to go with Sliz.
Nobody, because she's 3, but also Jacob Vitsko. Okay. Probably, I'm not letting Woodley anywhere near my daughter either. Travis, he can't date my daughter either.
Garrett Bieber.
That's all I gotta say?
Walker Glashaw, Van Meter, Gavin Chandler.
I think I gotta go with Sliz.
I wouldn't. You see this group? None of you was dating my daughter.
I'm in there. Nah, you gotta say one.
Especially not you. You would let me do it. I only get one person?
Yeah, you only get one person.
If there's only one person, Sliz, I'm sorry.
You guys
Erwin
don't know
Branch.
why.
I wouldn't let Erwin.
You forgot how many nights.
Branch is not coming within 100 miles of my daughter.
I'm doing Sliz, dude. I just I can't open my door and
Jaden Sherwood pushing for his longest outing of the season. He's done 3 innings before, looking now for a 4th inning of work. The first batter he'll face is the cleanup man, Nathan Borchard, as he pumps in strike 1.
Yeah, it's a good start. Always a nice feeling as a pitcher to get that first pitch strike of the new inning.
Borchard grounded into a fielder's choice to end inning number 1. He takes that pitch outside to even the count. It'll be 4, 5, and 6, so Borchard, Marshall, and Ligoni. Marshall and Ligoni were 2 guys who got on base, as that's a deep drive down the right field line. Slicing that ball.
It's fair.
1 hop to the wall. That's going to be an easy double. Let's see if he pushes for 3. No, he'll hold up there. It's a leadoff double for the big lefty, Nathan Borchard.
Yeah, a little bit of deja vu here as Sherwood gave up a double. I believe it was in the last inning?
Yes, when the Tarpskunks scored their run.
Excuse me, yes. So it was in the last inning, but Sherwood got out of it, of course, and looking to do that again here in this inning.
Brady.
I was just going to say, has to continue to throw strikes and now not allow it to balloon into anything crazy.
Yes, pitching with a lead, just make him hit you. As Brady Marshall is 1 for 1 on the day. First pitch. Popped way up. Chasing out Ueno. He's under it. He makes the catch. Out a fair bit into right field for out number 1.
Getting flashbacks to the Americans game again with the sun and how effective it was against our Muckdogs fielders. Really in that spot in shallow right field. Conta does a good job of snagging the fly ball for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, the Muckdogs have played 2 games against the Americans. A lot of bloop singles.
Right.
As Ty Ligoni comes to the plate, he drew a walk. And then was, if you remember, hit by a ground ball, as that one is grounded to third. Koppel, Fields, throws. It's over the head of Espinal. As a run is going to score, Ligoni will move up to second. It's an E5, and the Tarpskunks cut the lead to 2.
Yeah, Tarpskunks with a little bit of luck there. Koppel does a good job of corralling the ball, just sailed the ball, threw it a little bit too hard. Sherwood needs to stay composed and continue to stay focused and get batters out.
Dom Costello will look to do the opposite and throw off Sherwood's rhythm, continue the scoring for the Tarpskunks here in the 4th. He is 0 for 1. He had that awkward circumstance ground ball that hit off of Ligoni. Would have been an out anyway, more than likely. The 1-0 is in there for a strike to even the count. Costello, the OPS sitting right at 800. For a guy at 6'3", 205, there hasn't been a ton of pop, not a lot of extra base hits, but on base at 400, he's been getting hits. As he does right there, he lines that one into left field. It's a base hit. They'll hold up the runner Ligoni at third. Men are at the corners now with 1 away, as Eric Weeks will come to the plate. That E5 could loom large as there's one away. Last inning, the Muckdogs, in a moment like this, they got the pitcher's best friend, the double play. Could really use another one right here. That would go a long way.
That would obviously be very, very nice.
As pitching coach Grant Bickham will chat with the right-hander. Really hasn't been much controversy or trouble or anything in this one.
There was a lot of controversy
yesterday.
Oh,
yes.
We had some interesting calls.
Some fans who weren't.
We had some very interesting fans.
Just an interesting day in the world of sports.
For sure.
Muckdogs, basketball. Of course,
Yeah.
Game 7 of the finals last night. Kevin Durant got traded for any basketball fans
Poor Tyrese.
tuning in. Yes, just a brutal
Tyrese.
thing to watch. As Eric Weeks singled last time up, takes strike one right there. I still think it's so ironic that the one day we decide that we're not going to call the home run, it happens.
Oh, of course.
Poetic justice.
No, but that was the only way it happens, right? That's.
And when you think about it like that, we kind of did call it because we sort of manifested
I like
it.
that. I like that.
As no balls and a strike to count, Sherwood fires. That one grounded up the middle.
Here we go.
Flip as Fry keeps it himself, throws to first, and there it is! Back-to-back innings with double plays to escape a jam. The Tarpskunks do put one on the board, but the big 6-3 double play keeps another from scoring. Jaden Sherwood through 4 strong innings as the Muckdogs lead 4-2.
My favorite candy is Kit Kat, but I eat the chocolate first and then the wafer.
Favorite candy's got to be Reese's Cups. I'm gonna go with Starburst.
My favorite candy is the Nerds Clusters.
My favorite candy, Sour Skittles.
Mike, man.
They're new. They're called peelers. It's like you peel them and inside it's gummy.
Sour gummy worms.
Definitely have to go with Twix. Big Twix guy. Big chocolate guy.
Yeah. Favorite candy. Unpopular opinion. 100 grand.
Undisputed champ. 3 Musketeers.
Kit Kat.
Starburst.
Hershey's cookies and cream. Twix is the best one. I'm gonna go with Twix.
Favorite candy is probably gummy worms.
Reese's Take 5.
They're a gummy cluster, don't get me right.
Sour Patch Kids.
Favorite candy? Japanese kaiju. No competition.
Reese's.
Milky Way.
Watermelon Sour Patch. Favorite candy?
The inning number 5 will begin with Kanta Ueno. Ueno made a big contribution in the field. Actually has made a couple today. Of course, turned an unassisted double play to end the second inning. Swings and misses through strike one right there. Also, did a nice job backing up as Jaden Sherwood had a ball hit off his glove. He was there and made a nice throw on the run as the 0-1. Grounded to third. McGuire fields it in the hole. He spins, throws
Tough
to
play.
first.
Nice.
Just in time. Nice throw there from Brady McGuire. That's pretty similar. That's the second time we've seen Kanta Ueno just get thrown out by the slightest of margins.
I personally thought Kanta on that first one was safe, but great play by McGuire here to turn his body to make the strong throw to first to get Ueno out for the first out of the inning.
Cooper Fesh comes to the plate. Didn't get a chance to give you Fesh's numbers last time as he had a first pitch base hit. So the numbers will be slightly different as just add a touch more to all of his stats. The numbers, tremendous. He's third on the team with a .419 average, .469 on base, an OPS at .958. And Luca, I have a stance comparison. Something fun that we like to do. I've got it's not identical. It's not perfect. I've got Corey Seager.
Oh, yeah,
that one grounded. It hits off of Rickman. He goes to pick it up, throws to first, and it gets by the first baseman. And Fesh, with that throwing error, will reach second. So that one will go down as a base hit and an E1. Second hit of the day for Cooper Fesh.
Yeah, that one went right off the butt cheek of Rickman. Good effort to try to stay with the play. Unfortunately, he threw it away, and now Fesh is a runner in scoring position for the really hot Travis Hammond.
Travis Hammond doesn't have a hit yet today, but yes, he's had some great games. There's a reason he's up at the top of the lineup. Normally serves as more of a second leadoff guy today. Screw that second part. He's just leadoff.
He's the guy.
He's got an RBI chance here. McGuire about even with the bag at third.
Well, if we're doing batting stances, let me tell you, Ronald Acuna for Mr. Travis Hammond.
See, at the start, you know what? I like that. I see it.
Yes.
Umpire calls time. Steps out in front of the mound
to take some notes.
Both umpires making some note. Not sure what that's about, but
I don't even know.
Not really changing the game at all. As the count 0-1 on Travis Hammond. Cooper Fesh leads off second. Check swing, no swing.
Good take by Travis right there.
You see Hammond, when he takes a close pitch, he shakes that head no emphatically. I think he does it, for one, as you said, convincing the umpire. Two, saying, no, I'm not swinging at that. I'm all over that. I think he's using it to hype himself up.
Yes.
He swings and misses through that heater. Rickman, he's got some good velo for a first baseman. That part of it still very interesting.
Yeah, like I said, usually those pitchers are third basemen or corner outfielders who need strong arms, but Rickman, the first baseman, he must be able to hit as well.
Rickman finished up his freshman season at Trinity University. That is also in Texas, if anyone was not sure of that. Division III school.
I think any baseball at any level in Texas is competitive, very competitive.
Yes, as the 2-2. Up and outside. The count runs full on Travis Hammond.
Yeah, Hammond showing off that great eye. Another ball here, and he's on base.
On the season, he's got 7 walks to 9 strikeouts. 3 stolen bases, but I imagine that number will go up. If he walks here, not really a chance to swipe a bag, as the 3-2. Fly ball into right field. Taking a few steps back.
Cooper tagging.
Catch is made as Fesh goes for third and makes it. So there are 2 down now. The F9 from Travis Hammond advances Cooper Fesh to third base. So a wild pitch would put another run on the board for the Muckdogs as Tyler Castrataro will come to the plate.
I think Castrataro gets a hit here. I think he drives in a run. Usually I don't like to make predictions like that, as I don't want to jinx the batter. I like Castrataro right here.
Castrataro is 0 for 2, so still looking for that first hit today, but you're not going to keep him off base for long. There's a line drive. That's a base hit.
There's my guy.
He'll stay at first. He takes a big turn. It's an RBI single for Tyler Castrataro. He extends the Muckdog lead. He makes Luca's prophecy come true. Batavia up 5-2.
Yeah, Castrataro got a first pitch fastball in the zone. Doesn't try to do too much with it. Excuse me. Rips it into left field. Drives in another run, as Horton is up with a man on.
Braden Horton singled last time up, as there's a fly ball into left center field. That's going to get down. That's trouble. One hop to the wall. Castrataro is rounding third. He'll score easily. Braden Horton with an RBI double. Back-to-back two-out RBI knocks for the Muckdogs, and they lead now 6-2.
Yeah, Horton doing more damage with 2 outs. A great knock right there into the gap, scoring Cacciataro, and the Muckdogs are now putting it on, extending this lead here in the 5th inning as the ever-dangerous Justin Espinal is up.
Justin Espinal coming off of a long ball last time up as a righty, which surprised both of us up here. We've seen more pop from Espinal from the left side of the plate, actually. He's hit a few balls off the wall.
Just shows his talent.
Also just shows the work ethic. Switch hitters, I mean, they've got to perfect a swing from both sides of the plate.
Right.
Now looking to see if he can match his production as a righty from the left side. The 1-0 pitch. Popped foul, out of play. As a bug decides to join the broadcast.
Yeah, that guy got really close. He just wanted to say hi, huh?
Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Rickman took something off of that. Espinal out in front.
Yeah, Espinal shaking his head, knowing that, giving his respect to the pitcher right there.
Here it is on 1-2. Up high to even the count at 2s. Justin Espinal now has 5 extra base hits on the season. Broke out early on as the team leader in doubles. Let some other guys catch up. But back to his slugging ways. As he lines that for a base hit. Horton rounds third. They're waving him, and he will score. It's back-to-back-to-back 2-out base knocks. The Muckdogs keep on patting that lead as they're up now 7-2.
Yeah, Muckdogs fans, if you thought we were in summer, nope, we are actually in the fall because Espinal is raking right now. He is red hot with another ribby. That's his 3rd of the day, correct? Already.
Yes, the 2-run homer. Now the RBI single.
Have yourself a day. And we're only in the 5th inning.
Off of a 2-hit day versus the Tarpskunks the last time they were here. And 3 more hits yesterday. Justin Espinal on fire right now.
On fire.
And we've seen that from him. Cooled off a little bit after a hot stretch a few weeks ago. But
he's right back on it.
He's right back at it. That's just sort of how baseball goes. There's a high fly ball into left center field, pretty deep, chasing over, under it, and making the catch is Frizzell to retire the side. But not before the Muckdogs strike for 3 runs with 2 outs. They go from a 2-run lead to a 5-run lead. Halfway through, they lead this one 7-2. Fans, let's take a look now at the Batavia Muckdogs' upcoming schedule. As tomorrow, they finally return home. Feels like a long time since we've had Lou Dog back. 3 straight home games, road games, I should say. So, tomorrow, it's Tompkins Bank Night as the Muckdogs take on the Auburn Doubledays at 6:30 p.m. Thursday. I told my mom about this one.
Okay.
She was excited to hear about Bark in the Park Night. You should be excited too, because what better combination than dogs and baseball as the Muckdogs take on Syracuse in an out-of-league ball game. Bring your dog. They'll have fun. It's going to be a little bit cooler than that blistering heat right now. So
yeah, a ton of fun, a great family fun night for any listener. Bring your dog. Get a dog. Bring your dog, get a dog. Spend a nice night with the Batavia Muckdogs.
And then Luca, Free T-shirt night, June 28th versus the Amara Pioneers. That is Saturday. That one at 6:30 p.m. as Jaden Sherwood is still on the mound. He'll face Nico Frizzell. Here for inning number 5. As that breaking ball misses up and outside. It'll be Frizzell, Lindquist, and then the top of the Tarpskunk order. As suddenly, they're trying to find a way to climb out of a hole. As they're down by 5 runs here in the 5th. As the 1-1 pitch on its way. Check swing. They say he did not go, so Frizzell ahead in the count 2-1. Two balls and a strike the count. That one just misses. So Frizzell is ahead 3-1. He grounded into that 4-3 double play. He takes a strike. The count runs full on the center fielder. That nice play from Kanta Ueno, which little did we know, kind of set the tone as 2 double plays through the first 4 innings. There's a beautiful breaking ball.
Slider.
Foul tipped into the glove for strike 3. Jaden Sherwood continues to hum out there on the mound as there's 1 down for Branston Lindquist.
Yeah.
And Muckdog fans, just to put a bow on that, if you want tickets to any of these home games or any future Muckdog home games for the rest of the season, please make sure to call 585-524-2260 as Branston Lindquist will take a ball outside. There are shadows, a ton of shadows out on the field, but both the pitcher and the hitter in the shadows, so less of an impact than what you'd usually see with like those 4 o'clock shadows where the ball starts in the sun, goes into the shade. That is when it's really tough to see, so shouldn't be too much of a factor here. For Sherwood, that K of Frizzell, his 3rd of the day. The 1-1 is up high. 2 balls and a strike. Two unfouled back. Sherwood. 2 strikes on him. Branston Lindquist back in the 3rd inning. My apologies. He wrapped that ball to right field that just trickled by Vesco, got to the wall. Ooh. That one just misses the zone to run the count full. Luca, where'd that one miss? I thought it looked pretty good. I think a touch outside, maybe.
I'm going to keep my opinion to myself.
As here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss.
Him again.
Jaden Sherwood.
On that same front door slider. And that's what happens when you can throw the fastball for strikes, pound it in the strike zone, then you mix in the slider on a deciding pitch like in the 3-2 count, getting the swing and miss.
Just nasty. He may be in sort of uncharted territory for the season as this is his longest outing of the summer.
Looks very comfortable
It
right
sure
now.
doesn't look like it. It does not look like his longest outing as he faces the #1 hitter in the order, Nolan Smith, for the 3rd time. Let's see if things look a little different now. 3rd time through the order. Smith has a pair of groundouts. Both have hit the glove of Kanta Ueno. That one misses outside for ball 1. The last time these two teams played, there's a strike. It hits off the glove of Fesh, but still in the zone. Umpire does not change his ruling on the gather, which
I thought that was a strike.
I thought that was a strike for sure. As the 1-2 pitch on its way. Smith stays alive, fouls away that heater down the 3rd base line.
You know, fans, you blink, and there's already 2 outs in this inning, and we're 1 strike away from heading to the 6th.
Jaden Sherwood is humming. As he'll kick, fire, Fly ball into left field. Horton will take a few steps towards the line and in.
Nice.
He makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jaden Sherwood. He is putting on a show tonight as we head to the 6th inning already. The Muckdogs lead 7-2.
Did you know that 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance with Geico?
Yeah, but did you know that Dewey's favorite snack is popcorn from the Batavia Muckdogs?
A new pitcher into the game as we head to the 6th inning. And it's a familiar face, right-hander, number 31, Brady Burdine. Burdine last pitched against the Muckdogs, actually, just 3 days ago on the 20th. That was the 18-8 Mercy Rule victory.
Oh, yeah.
He was not great in that one, not his best showing. Went 1.1 innings, allowed 3 earned runs, allowed 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, no walks. So the one caveat, he was throwing pitches in the zone, but maybe
a little
pitches
bit.
that got just a little bit too much of that plate.
Right.
He'll face 6, 7, and 8 in the Muckdog order. James Bolton, Jacob Vesco, and Cameron Koppel. Bolton is 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. Burdine now done with his warm-up tosses. As we head now into the late stages of this game, Luca, what do you think the Muckdogs need to do to keep this lead?
I think I would love to see another inning of Sherwood. I know he hasn't gone too deep at any point in the season so far, but Sherwood's looked really strong today. I would love to see another inning of Sherwood, and I think our Muckdogs batters need to stay patient, continue to make the Tarpskunks pitchers throw good pitches.
There's a hot shot to shortstop. Marshall Fields throws to first in time for out number 1, a quick first out. Good, put some good wood on that one, just some tough luck. Jacob Vesco, he's looking for his first base knock of the day. The Muckdogs have 6. 3 of them came back to back to back in the 5th as he flies that one into right field.
That'll
that one sinking fast. There is a base hit. So Vesco with his first hit of the day, the 7th as a team, as there is a base runner on with 1 away.
Nice piece of hitting by Vesco right there. Not trying to do too much with it. A ball on the outside part of the plate. Puts that into right field for the first Muckdog runner of the inning.
Cameron Koppel, he grounded into a double play in the 4th, but had a base hit in the 2nd. His return to the lineup, haven't seen him in action in a little while as he swings and misses for strike 1. I should say haven't seen him in action in a little while as a hitter. He started just a few days ago when 3 2/3 innings against the Ironbacks up in Canada.
Koppel's had some really good ABs.
He sure has. He looks comfortable at the plate. I don't know how to describe it. His mechanics on the mound are pretty similar to the way that leg moves, the way he stands at the plate. On the mound, he's got an aggressive delivery. He kind of jumps at you, and I think that makes all his pitches play up. As a hitter, he's got that bat wiggle, the leg kick.
Some fluidity.
Yes.
In both of his motions.
Rhythm fluidity as he fouls that one back to even the count at 2s. Two balls and 2 strikes the count. Koppel awaits. Fouls it away, first base side. Borchardt chasing, but that one will reach the seats. Koppel, one of the younger guys on the team, just finished up his freshman season at the Indiana University of Pennsylvania. On deck is Kanta Ueno. As Vesco goes for second, Marshall Fields, he'll only have 1 play to first, which he makes. So
the hit and run works out.
Worked to perfection. Koppel, a guy who knows how to put bat to ball, does just that. As with 2 away, another guy who really, really knows how to put bat to ball, and Kanta Ueno will come to the plate. Yeah. Ueno on the day is 0 for 2, but he's had 2 close calls.
A hitter like Kanta who really is good at making contact. It's always dangerous when there's a runner in scoring position, as he knows how to hit. He knows how to get that single and bring in the runner home.
Takes that first pitch up and outside for ball 1. If he gets on, Cooper Fesh, the guy serving as the second leadoff man today, will come to the plate. He's already 2 for 2, just continuing what has been a tremendous start to his 2025 summer, which at this point, in the 18th game, hardly a start. I mean,
it's a proven fact that Fesh is an elite hitter in this league.
Ueno fouls the 2-0 pitch back.
You know, you said Corey Seager. Does Corey Seager, he doesn't wear number 5 like Fesh, right?
He does.
Oh, wow.
With the Rangers, Corey Seager does wear number 5. I didn't necessarily think about that when I was making the comparison. Maybe
funny.
somebody models his game after,
Something funny.
So the 2-1 breaking ball drops in for a strike to even the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. That one, high pop, crashing in. That one hits off the glove. Ueno goes for second. Vesco scores. The Muckdogs extend their lead. They're up 8-2 now here in the top of the 6th inning. Another 2-out RBI knock.
Yeah, it's been that type of day for our Muckdogs lineup, doing damage with 2 outs. Kanta getting some luck back. Loops that one into right field. That's a tough play.
You know, charging in hard. You wonder if the sun at this point has any impact on that too. A nice effort from Costello. Just couldn't haul it in, as Cooper Fesh will get a chance to hit, looking for his 3rd knock of the day. He takes strike 1. No balls and a strike. That one misses to even things up at 1 apiece. Fesh, the catcher tonight, has been part of that rotation. You see Cooper Romick get the day off. The 1-1 misses outside, but James Bolton is the designated hitter, and we've been hearing
might be some rumbles.
He may be starting games at first base soon. You know, they're trying to give him a soft landing. They're still looking for that moment as the 2-1. Swung on. Bit early, fouls that away into the Muckdog bullpen to even the count at 2s.
Right off a picnic table in the right field foul play area.
Two balls and 2 strikes is the count on Fesh. Burdine peering in for the sign. He sees one he likes, gets set. Here it is on 2-2. Grounded to first. Fielded by Borshar. He goes to the bag himself, steps on it, and retires the side. The Muckdogs add another insurance run, and after 5.5 innings of play this evening, they lead 8-2. The Batavia Muckdogs could not operate without our sponsors. So while you have a moment, I'd like to shine a light on some of the incredible sponsors which power Muckdogs baseball.
Whoop, whoop.
A huge thank you to Alex's Place, Batavia Downs, Eli Fish, Ficarella's Pizza, Rochester Regional Health, the Mental Health Association, Tiny Pomney, Tompkins Bank, the YMCA, Whole Life Fitness, Farm Credit East, and many more.
Yeah, Muckdogs fans, if you want to support your Muckdogs, please support our local sponsors as well. They do a great job in supporting our team and making this whole thing possible.
Also, another great opportunity this season, get yourself the latest Batavia Muckdogs gear.
Oh, yeah.
Hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, warm-ups, baseballs, and much more. There's more. Can you believe that? So stop by the merchandise stand to find out all of the incredible Muckdog products that we have in store. So, to get some of this excellent merchandise, make sure to call. I'll throw that number up on the screen for you all. Make sure to call 585-524-2260.
Ring, ring.
To get yourself some Muckdog tickets for any game for the rest of the summer.
What was that number again, Nikita?
585-524-2260. So glad that you asked, Luca.
Very nice.
You do not want to miss out. It's going to be a ton of fun for the rest of the summer. Look, you see the way the Muckdogs are playing tonight. You saw that first long ball. There's going to be some more in the future.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Get ready. Get ready for a fun summer ahead. As Jaden Sherwood, he's having fun on the mound. He's still in. Facing 2, 3, and 4 in the Tarpskunk order as we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. He delivers a first pitch ball to Jacob Haynes. Here comes the 1-0. Misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes the count. Here it is on 2-0. Grounded foul. 2 balls and a strike, the count. Haynes is 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out in the first but reached base on the drop third strike, which made it to the deep backstop here at Russell Dietrich Field. Had an RBI ground out also in the 3rd inning. One of the just 2 runs for this big-time Tarpskunk offense.
Yeah, Haynes just looks like he can hit. He just looks like a ball player from up here. His stance, his frame, looks like an all-around ball player.
The 2-2 is cut on and missed. Breaking ball, strike 3. Sherwood with 3 Ks to the last 4 batters he's faced. He is on a roll with 1 out here in the 6th.
Groove right now, in an absolute groove right now. Sherwood is using that slider and 2 strike counts to perfection to get these strikeouts.
And you got to think, this is great for the Batavia native. He's been waiting for this. He's been waiting for this opportunity. He used to play at Dwyer Stadium for Notre Dame High School.
Always special. That's special.
The 1-0 misses outside, so Brady McGuire is ahead in the count 2-0. Now 2 balls and no strikes. There's a strike heater on the outside part of the plate. After McGuire, it'll be Nathan Borchard. Is that one? Fly ball down the right field line. Slicing. It lands foul.
Ooh.
Just misses, being a two-base knock. Instead, it is strike two. As looking for another K is Jaden Sherwood. Already has 1 in the inning. 4 on the day. Could McGuire be victim number 5? He's already struck out once tonight.
I have a feeling this 2-2 pitch is going to be a slider. I was wrong.
There's a line drive, base hit. He goes to the heater. McGuire on it, lines it into right for a 1-out single.
Great AB from McGuire right there. Fouling off a few pitches, got the fastball he was looking for, and shot that into right field. Tarpskunks got a man on for the dangerous lefty Borchard.
Borchard hit a double his last time up. Really got a solid piece on that ball as it one-hopped to the wall. Takes a strike one right there. The Tarpskunks really could use something like that here. Things are getting late early. The bottom of the 6th inning. At this point, Sherwood checks over on McGuire at first. He gets back in time. McGuire has 7 stolen bags on the season, so a threat to run. Don't want to be too risky with any decision like that, but he will be off for second as he swings and fouls it away down the left field line. The hit and run on. The count now 0-2, however, on the first baseman.
I feel like the hit and run is always a dual-sided sword sometimes, right? A line out or a fly ball can really put you in a bad spot as the runner.
Especially down by 6 runs, I think it's a little risky to dial that up.
Right.
You know, they're looking for anything to throw things off for Jaden Sherwood. It's been hard to do that today. The 0-2 is grounded to second base. Ueno field steps on the bag. The throw to first is high. Almost his second unassisted double play. He fell down while turning for second.
Wow.
So they will. It's unconventional, but a double play nonetheless.
Hey.
As Nathan Borchard started to turn for second base, he took a few steps, so he was committed. He had to get to the bag.
Right.
And he tripped. He fell down momentarily. Backing up, the throw was made. Espinal was there to apply the tag. So, it's an inning-ending double play, and after 6 innings here tonight, the Muckdogs lead by 6 as they're up 8-2. Brady Burdine still in the bump as we return for the top of inning number 7, Luca. Already in the 7th inning at 8:17 p.m. You know,
we're moving today.
I may be wrong. I may be not 100% accurate with this, but I believe that the last time we were here, it might have been 8:17 in the 4th inning.
You know, and that's baseball, you know, right? That's just the sport of baseball. There's certain innings that take half an hour, and there's some that take 2 minutes. So
that one fouled away outside of third. Count 0-1.
The volatility of the sport. Not complaining. especially when we're up 8-2.
It's been a fun one to watch this evening. Up and inside, Hammond ducks out of the way. The count even at ones.
Not a bad pitch, though, even if you're the pitcher, to get the batter a little bit off the plate and give yourself some more room to work with.
That 1-1. Nice pitch right there as he paints the outside corner and goes ahead on the center fielder Hammond. After him, it'll be Tyler Castrataro. That one up high. Castrataro on deck in the hole, Braden Horton. Horton has had a big day today. Reached base safely all 3 times. 2 base knocks. There's a swing and a miss. Burdine dials up a fastball and sits down Hammond for out number 1.
Good pitching by Burdine there. Mixing in the outside fastball with the high and in fastball.
Tyler Castrataro had a base hit that our own Luca Zaccaro predicted. Predicted to perfection.
Thank you.
RBI single. As he lines that one,
ooh,
just foul.
Just foul.
Nearly a double down the left field line. Castrataro just out in front, hooked it into foul territory. So it's strike 1.
Another really good first pitch swing from Castrataro.
You know, they really look comfortable against Brady Burdine. You saw it a few days ago. That familiarity definitely helps. Second time seeing a guy they already knocked around the first time they saw.
Nice pitch from Burdine right there.
Castrataro now behind 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. That one up high. It's 1-2 now. Burdine sets and fires. Castrataro with a defensive hack stays alive. Fouls it back. They'll do it again.
Good job by Castrataro to get anything on that ball to stay alive.
Wasn't fooled. I was fooled. Probably didn't expect that pitch to come. As he reaches out, pokes that one into right field. Drifting towards the line is Costello. He makes the catch for out number 2. Burdine doing a good job settling in here in the 7th.
Yeah, but Braden Horton is up.
Yeah, so he's got a tough draw here. Horton still has not been retired today. 2 RBIs, 2 hits, a double, and a stolen base. Showed off that oppo power as he laced a double into left center. His last time up, that was back in the 5th inning. Fouls that one away behind home. So Burdine quickly ahead on the left fielder, 0-2.
Horton's really never in this position.
No, you normally see him ahead in the count. Now behind. Take strike 3. Got frozen by the breaking ball. Burdine sets him down.
Great pitching.
Great 1-2-3 inning. Through 6.5 innings of play here tonight, the Muckdogs lead 8-2. We'll see. Jaden Sherwood will be out. It'll be Evan Hollinsworth when we return. This season, you can connect with the Dogs like never before with exclusive content on our social media platforms. Please make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You know, Luca, that's a great way
Yup.
to get that connection, see more of the behind the scenes from the team, sort of get to know the personalities.
We have a great group of guys on this team. We have, and to the our 2 girl interns, Isabel and Kaylee, to do a great job with the social media. Always setting up funny videos, asking good questions, really showing off our personality. We have a great squad. We got some good chemistry on this team.
And you know, I've got another way. If that's one way to sort of get connected, see what's going on with the team. An even better way is to go to Dwyer Stadium to see a game. And you know the place to set that up for yourself.
Beautiful Dwyer Stadium.
Beautiful Dwyer Stadium. Incredible view. Historic field. There's a sign which shows all of the big-time Major League ball players who played right here in Batavia.
Chase Utley, Ryan Howard, even Ricky Williams.
How about that? So for tickets, call 585-524-2260. You will not want to miss any games. I'll say it for you 2 times. The number's so nice you should call it twice.
Yeah.
Buy yourself tickets for the rest of the season. 585-524-2260. As we head now to the bottom of inning number 7, it'll be Evan Hollinsworth on the mound. First batter he'll face is Brady Marshall. He delivers a ball outside. Hollinsworth on the season, making his 7th appearance. He's tossed 10.1 innings, a 5.23 ERA, 11 strikeouts to 9 walks. So that breaking ball misses around the back foot. 2-0 now. It's 5, 6, and 7 in the Tarpskunk order. Brady Marshall on the day is 1 for 2. As he grounds that one out to second, Ueno fields, throws to first, and it gets away from Espinal. So an E4 allows Brady Marshall to reach to open up the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, not what you want to do if you're the Muckdogs. We had an easy ground ball play right there. Unfortunately, gets past Espinal, but you don't want to give this team any life with anything.
Hollinsworth will have to buckle down, try to pick up his teammates as Ty Ligoni digs in. The first pitch, up and outside for ball 1. Hollinsworth peering in at the signs, looks over at first, now comes home. Misses outside. The count now 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. After Ligoni gets a left-hander, Costello, so a favorable matchup looms. Hollinsworth, there's a strike. Ligoni fouls it back. It's now 2-1. Ligoni came into the day with 5 extra base hits. Pretty good power numbers from a second baseman.
Ligoni's definitely got some pop in that bat from the right-handed side.
So 3-1 is the count. Hollinsworth looks over to first, and now he'll come home. Line drive, base hit into center field. The Tarpskunks looking to fight back. They've got their first 2 men on here in the bottom of inning number 7.
Great piece of hitting by Ligoni there. Gets himself in a favorable 3-1 count. A usual fastball count. Gets the fastball. Puts it right into center field. And the Tarpskunks are cooking here in the bottom of the 7th as they have 2 runners on with no out.
You could say the patience earned him a heater. He did not miss. But now here is that favorable left-on-left matchup that I hinted at. While Ligoni was up, the Muckdogs, they've turned their fair share of double play balls today. Now would be another great time for one, as that breaking ball misses low.
Yeah, a double play ball here would be deflating for the Tarpskunks.
Sure would. Already 3 today. That last one, again, a bit unorthodox. They'll take him how they can get him. As that fastball paints the inside corner, the count is 1-1. Hollinsworth has really become one of the main arms that the Muckdogs have featured out of the bullpen.
Agreed.
1-1 is grounded to second base. Ueno Fields will throw to second.
Why?
But not in time. It one hops. Brian Fry blocks it, but everybody is safe, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for the Tarpskunks here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Luca, you seem. What are your thoughts on that play?
I just think Conta should have fired it to first. That's a really tough play to have to turn his body and try to throw that to second. I think he didn't really have a chance to really get that runner at second. Just take your out at first and live to fight against the next batter.
So not what Evan Hollinsworth was hoping for when he came into this game. The bases are loaded with nobody out. He'll have to find his way out of a tough jam. They'll have a meeting on the mound with pitching coach Grant Bickham. The man waiting in that on-deck circle, just about ready to step up to the plate, is the left fielder Eric Weeks. Weeks 1 for 2 today. He does have a double play. He wrapped into a 6-3 DP to end the 4th. Also a single to his name. That one low. Fesh gets in front of it.
Last thing Hollinsworth wants to do is put a man on with balls. No base on balls, no walks. Nowhere for Weeks to go.
Now on 1-0, here's the pitch. There's a strike, paints the outside corner to even the count at 1s.
Nice, strong fastball from Hollinsworth right there to get back into this count.
The Tarpskunks have to. This is no understatement. They absolutely must score at least one, preferably a couple for their sake. That's a beautiful breaking ball.
Off speed right there from Hollinsworth to get the sword from Weeks.
They've only got 3 more cracks at it at the plate. Down by 6 runs. I think they're thinking, look, we got to get all these base runners to score to really put us back into it. The count 1-2 on Eric Weeks. Hollinsworth 1 pitch away from a big first out as that fastball misses high. Two and two, the count now. Swing and a miss. A beautiful breaking ball and a sword from Eric Weeks.
That's how you do it right there if you're Hollinsworth. You got runners on every single bag. There's nobody out. So what do? You get the strikeout. Nobody moves, and you get an out. Now the double play is in order and can end the inning. Well, the double play was in order before, but that double play would now end the inning.
A crucial out number 1. They're in at the corners, back up the middle for the double play with Nico Frizzell at the plate. He swings and misses. Hollinsworth going to that breaking ball. He's getting some awkward swings right now.
And he's a usual fastball pitcher. So maybe the report on him was, yeah, he's a fastball, he's going to throw it. But these breaking balls have been working for him so far.
The back foot breakers to the right-handers have been a thing of beauty. Goes to a fastball, misses low to even the count at 1-1. The 1-1 popped up.
He's got
Will it stay in? Espinal charging over, but that one hits right behind the Muckdog dugout, out of play.
And a very excited young girl in the crowd gets a ball. I can hear her screaming from all the way over here.
Hollinsworth really, really hunting for a K right here.
Yes.
A strikeout would go a long way towards getting them out of this thing without allowing a run, which seemed impossible just a few minutes ago. It's the 1-2 pitch. Swing! Did he go? Yes, he did! Goes right back to the pitch that set down Weeks. Does it again for out number 2.
Way to throw that breaking ball, sir. Has gotten 2 strikeouts, 2 very awkward swings with it. And these are against righties. I feel like almost more effective against the opposite-sided batter.
Yes, it's tough to read. Anytime a pitch moves that much, it doesn't matter where you are in the batter's box. It's going to be hard to hit. So he paints the outside for strike 1.
Hollingsworth is pitching very well right now, trying to get out of this jam.
Get ready. If he can get out of this, you're going to see him scream off of that mound.
Definitely some emotion will be coming.
The 0-1. Ground ball through for a base hit. 1 run scores. They're going to hold up the second runner. So it's a ribby single for Branston Lindquist. He cuts into that lead, picks up his friends. As it's 8-3 now, still 2 away. Bases loaded.
Good piece of hitting from Lindquist on a pitcher who's been hot in these last few batters. Puts that ball in right field, gets a ribby, moves the line as there are 2 outs. Muckdogs still have a 5-run lead.
The lineup turns over now with Nolan Smith as that one gets to the backstop. A run is going to score. The other 2 runners will advance 90 feet. It's an 8-4 game now.
And if you're Hollingsworth, you can live with the single into right field. That's just a good piece of hitting. Nothing you can really do about it. But pass balls, wild pitches, that'll frustrate you.
The count now 1-0. There's a strike on the breaking ball. Things evened up for Nolan Smith. If Smith gets on, Jacob Haynes comes up as the tying run. So that one misses low and outside.
Good stop.
Now 2 balls and a strike.
Good job. Some interesting chants from the crowd as me and Nikita share some.
They're trying to fire up their guys.
Right.
Any way you can. 2-1. Grounded up the middle. Fry fields cleanly. He throws to first.
Ooh.
In time. A little bit of an awkward grab. That throw a bit high, but Espinal stays with it. A much-needed out number 3. The Tarpskunks strike for 2 runs, but after 7 innings of play, the Muckdogs still lead 8-4. 2 more innings here this evening.
My dude Josh Petrosky, 716 Hurt, best team around. Great day to have a great day. I've heard you're the biggest troll on the team, so I got to get you. Oh, these guys are called the Muckdogs too? That's sick. What's up, what's up? How you doing today? Living the dream. You have 1 arm to throw with. He's got 2. This is going to be so fun to watch. I'm excited. Probably a little easier when the batter's in the box and not behind a fence. Yeah, the only thing I'm really seeing, like the ones you're leaving out, you're just pulling that glove early and letting that arm get long and draggy out there. You know, I never thought I'd say it'd be a bad day to be an American, but given the context that we're playing the Americans, bad day to be an American. I got to learn how to handle you. That's why, like, a big thing is letting you do you, because I've never had a switch pitcher. So, oh, now he's going to do it with his other arm. What a talented specimen of a human. Ooh, saucy. Love that. Slide step, fuzz piece at the knees. Banana bread at work, dude. Attack, no walks, make them hit. Yeah. No one's stringing together hits against us yet, so until they do that, let's fill it up. Yeah. Pass.
Brady Burdine is still on the mound as we head to inning number 8. as Justin Espinal, the man of the hour, will come to the plate. Already 2 for 2 today. 3 RBIs to his name. Of course, he smoked the first home run of the Muckdog season. So he grounds that one. Slow roller to second. It hits off of the glove. Unable to recover his Lagoni. So Justin Espinal will reach base safely on the E4. Some struggles out there defensively from both sides here in the late innings.
And, you know, when you're hitting well, good luck stuff like that just happens, right? You know, it doesn't even matter, right? That was supposed to be a routine play, but Espinal just put his magic touch on it and reaches on base with the error.
When you're slumping, the breaks never seem to go your way. But when you're hot, things just find a way to work out, as the count now 1-0 on Brian Fry. Here it is on 1-0. That's a line drive into right center. That's going to get down for a base hit. Espinal is going to go for third. Costello fires into Marshall. He cuts it off, does not make the throw down there. So runners are at the corners. It's the first hit of the day for Fry. The Muckdogs looking to add some insurance runs with James Bolton up to the dish.
Nice piece of hitting from Fry right there. Muckdogs are responding right back after the Tarpskunks put up 2 in the bottom of the 7th.
Bolton, another guy looking for his first hit today. The Muckdogs with 9 hits. The Tarpskunks also have 9. The scoreboard, though, tells a different story. That one is outside for ball 1.
Yeah, look for Bolton to be aggressive on this 1-0 pitch.
Runner goes. He swings and lines it into center field for a base hit. Fry will easily make it into third because he was off on the pitch. It's an RBI single for James Bolton. The Muckdogs answer the call from the Tarpskunks. Runners still in the corners as they lead now 9-4.
Really good bat speed from Bolton right there. The pitch beat him, but he got enough bat on the ball to shoot that into center field. Drove in another RBI for this Muckdogs lineup as we now back up 5.
Head coach Frank Jagoda is going to step out to the mound. A pitcher warming up in that pen. A pole is blocking my vantage point. I believe it's a southpaw. Jagoda talking things over. Burdine's day not done quite yet, unless he changes his mind out there on the mound in this moment. When the mound visit is done, it'll be Jacob Vesco up to the plate. Vesco is 1 for 3 today. Had a single, though, his last time up, so coming into this AB with some positive energy.
Exactly. Positive energy, extra confidence. Vesco in a good spot to deal even more damage with runners on the corners.
That insurance run, I think, goes a long way towards easing any potential nerves. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. You know, though, they're not going to settle for a 5-run lead. They want to run things up. They want to make this
put this game
a laugher.
Away. A laugher is a good one as well.
No balls and a strike the count. Pitch to Vesco in the dirt. James Bolton is going to head for second and make it without any sort of effort for a throwdown.
Yeah, that's some high IQ base running from Bolton there. Him being a catcher himself saw that the ball was kind of eating up the Tarpskunk catcher.
As Bolton will now be pinch run for, it'll be Luke Dodonna coming in for him. Dodonna started yesterday. James Bolton, his final line, he goes 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a walk. The infield draws in. Vesco with a single would bring the Muckdog lead up to 7. That would be tied for their biggest lead of the day. The count now 2-1 on the right fielder. I can't imagine these infielders are all that thrilled to play in with a guy like Vesco at the plate. You know, if he gets a hold of one,
it's going to be a screamer.
And you're not going to have a lot of time to react. The count is 2-2. Vesco looking for the opportunity to bring home RBIs. As that one goes to the backstop, he won't even need a ribby to add an insurance run. As Fry capitalizes, crosses home plate. It's the 10th run of the day. Moving up to third is Luke Dodonna. The count is full on Jacob Vesco. You mentioned the stat about the Muckdogs in losses the next day, bouncing back, scoring double digits. So that streak did end. They no longer hold it on the season, but it's just another time they lose a game, and the next day the bats come out firing.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Always seems to be some extra juice after a loss with this team.
So there's ball 4. Jacob Vesco will reach first. Runners on the corners once again. Still nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. For Cameron Koppel. Suddenly, we could be looking at the Muckdogs trying to put, if they really want to put their foot on the throat, they could be trying to push a mercy across
I
here.
was just about to say that. We're up 6. We have runners on the corners with nobody out. We string some more hits together. That mercy is definitely in play.
Burdine fires home. Koppel will ground that to shortstop. Marshall Fields throws to second for 1. On to first. A double play. So a run scores, but the twin killing leaves the bases empty with 2 away. I think in this situation, though, the Muckdogs, they'll definitely trade a run for 2 outs. Every insurance run is just that much more depleting for the Tarpskunks.
At 110%. You're right, Nikita. I think another situation where both teams will take the trade. I think the Tarpskunks have been struggling to get outs in this inning, so to get a double play, even though a run scores, still something that they might take as a positive.
I'd say so. So that is going to be it for the right-hander Burdine. It was also it for Conta Ueno, as Caleb Walker has come into the game to pinch hit. It'll be a new pitcher into this ball game when we return. We thank you all for spending your Monday night listening to Muckdog Baseball as they lead 11-4 against the Jamestown Tarpskunks. The new pitcher into the game is another familiar face, a guy the Muckdogs faced not too long ago in Cole Schwochow. Schwochow, the left-handing, side-winding pitcher from Clyde, Ohio. Now on the season with 4 appearances, a 3.2 inning pitched in 4 outing line, so about an inning per. He went more than an inning. He had an extended outing against the Muckdogs last time, a 7.36 ERA on the season. He'll face a left-hander in Caleb Walker, making his first plate appearance of the day right here. After Walker, it'll be another lefty in Cooper Fesh, and then the top of the lineup. His first pitch, outside for a ball.
And I just have to say, you know, growing up watching sports, being involved in sports my whole life, you hear some great names. It's always some great last names, and like Storm Duck in the NFL is an incredible name.
Fouled away, the count even at once.
Schwochow is probably my favorite last name of the year so far.
It's a great name.
I just have to put that out there.
No doubt about it, 100%. That is a great name. The count is even at ones on the new second baseman, Walker. He flashes bunt, pulls back. That one bounces to home plate. It's 2 balls and a strike. That's a line drive. Diving grab, though, out there by Ty Lagoni to retire the side. So Walker put some good wood on the ball off the bench, but has nothing to show for it as the Muckdogs score 3 runs in the top of the 8th inning. And 7.5 innings through this contest, they are up 11-4. Fans, now you can see the updated standings. It's still a tight race, but the Auburn Double Days, with a 7-game win streak, have started to separate a little bit. They've got a 1-game lead. 1-game lead. So I say separate, that may be a little bit of an overstatement. The Muckdogs with a win would climb the ladder a little bit. You know, we'll still have to wait to see what the other teams in the league do.
Right.
As this game going pretty quick, wrapping up a little bit earlier, potentially, than some of the other games around the league. Potentially, again, I'll add. So the Tarpskunks at 9-8, they need to win games. A win today would tie them up with the Muckdogs at 10-8. But they've looked good, but they're 6th in the West Division standings.
Right. I mean, we have teams like Auburn 11-4, the Pioneers at 11-6, Niagara Falls at 10-6, which is a great record to have, but they're in 3rd. Newark with 8-5, the Muckdogs obviously at 10-7, and then Jamestown. So it's an unfortunate spot to be in if you're the Tarpskunks.
A new pitcher is into the game for the Muckdogs. It's Tyler Castrotaro.
Okay.
Normally a shortstop. Some of you may be surprised to see him. I can tell you myself, I was surprised to see him out on the mound versus the Ironbacks in the 9th inning. But after watching him pitch, oh no, not a surprise. This guy is nasty. Got a great heater, filthy breaking ball. I will say he has experience. This isn't a position player on the mound, really. This is a guy who pitched at the Division I level this season for Hofstra University.
Right.
Limited sample, albeit, but a guy who did pitch for a D1 school. So he's got some good stuff. This is a legit arm out of the pen.
Yeah, the talent is there. It oozes out of Castrotaro, how good he is at the plate, how good he is in the field, and how good he is as a pitcher as well. Just an all-around great ball player.
He'll face 2, 3, and 4 in the Tarpskunk order. Jacob Haynes, Brady McGuire, and Nathan Borchar. 0-1 fastball, misses high.
Yeah, Castrataro was pumping that fastball in with some good velo. You can just see it.
Just wait. When he snaps off a curveball, you and everyone at home will be impressed as he paints a fastball on the outside corner for strike 2.
Castrataro did not come to play today. These fastballs are looking good.
And you have to imagine the Tarpskunks did not have him
as a little bit
in their
of the
scouting
quick
report.
pitch.
Yeah, sped up the tempo right there. Crafty on the mound to go along with the stuff. It'll be a 1-2 now. Breaking ball, lined out to short, one hop, Fry
Nice
field.
play.
So throw
Nice
in
play.
time. Good job sticking with it for out number 1.
Yeah, that's not an easy hop at all that Fry made look very easy. Shot right up about to his chest level, able to corral it and fire it to first to get the first out of this 8th inning.
Brady McGuire does not have a hit on the day. Excuse me, does have a hit on the day. He's 1 for 3. Looking for a second. Check swing. They say he did go. Tyler Castrataro, it's a short arm delivery.
Yep.
But it jumps on you quick. He's really a lot to like.
There's somebody that he reminds me of. I can't put my finger on it.
That breaking ball slipped out of the hand a tad early. Went over the head of McGuire, so the count is even at 1-1. You're searching. Hey, we'll be ready whenever you got it.
I don't expect anything soon. I don't. My brain is blanking. I just something triggered, and I was like, wait. I feel like I've seen that wind up before.
I gotcha. Now on 2-1. Misses again. So McGuire ahead in the count 3-1.
Castrataro taking his time after he overthrew that fastball.
It's going to be interesting to see the rest of the way if he becomes a part of the formula in this bullpen. They've been looking for arms. It's tough to get him off a shortstop, but I think this is a situation where the value of Brian Fry is accentuated even more.
I mean, yeah, it's not even, usually utility guys, maybe they're not the best hitters, right? They can play multiple defensive positions. That's where their value comes from. But no, like Fry plays everywhere and he can hit. Just a super valuable part of this lineup.
A super utility man who, there's plenty of utility guys who can't play shortstop, or if they do, it's only in the fact that they can stand at the position.
Right.
They're not going to do great when a ball actually hits them. Fry holds his own there. He's more than capable as a shortstop, which is so impressive considering he spends most of his time in the outfield. Normally, you see it the other way around where a guy can play on the infield and go back to the outfield.
Right.
Because the pace of play is slower out there. That's a nice move by Castrataro. Espinal just couldn't quite corral the toss. So McGuire back safely. Things move much faster in the infield. So you don't hear a lot about outfielders coming in to play on the dirt. The 1-1. There's a fly ball into right center field. Heyman drifts back. He makes the catch and makes it look easy at that.
I was just about to say, that ball was absolutely scorched off the bat, and Hammond read it perfectly and just, as he always does, just casually makes that grab in center.
Great to have him in that outfield. As now Brady Marshall comes to the plate. 2 away here in inning number 8. Castrataro has done a good job. A ground out and a fly out. A walk in between. If he gets this out here, though, I wonder if they let him pitch a second inning. Just trying to nail down a victory.
I thought I saw Beaver out in that bullpen.
That would make sense.
As just to keep him fresh, just to keep him working, as we haven't seen him in.
It's been 5 days. He last pitched on the 18th. That, too, was not a safe situation. The Muckdogs, they haven't been in safe situations. It's really been...
It's been a while.
It's been tough to get Beaver into games because, I mean, you don't want to put such a high-leverage arm in a 7-run game, but it's more important to keep him fresh and regular.
Right.
Than to only use him in safe situations. So, yes, that would make sense. Also, considering you don't want Castro to wear out that arm because they're going to need his glove at shortstop and his bat in the lineup. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That one misses outside. Good eye from Marshall as it's 3 balls and a strike.
I like Crash Tataro's approach when he gets behind in counts. Realizes that 2-1 pitch got away from him. Lets himself calm down, reconfigure himself, and throw a good pitch right here.
Here it is now on 3-1. Fouled away. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So McGuire will be off on the pitch. Castro looking to finish off a scoreless 8th inning. Just misses with the heater. So ball 4. Marshall reaches, 2nd walk of the inning. As runners are on 1st and 2nd now for Ty Ligoni. First pitch breaking ball, called strike 1.
Was that a called strike or did he swing?
I think from the reaction, because he didn't point to him and then go with the strike call, I believe that was deemed a called strike 1.
We'll take it.
Now home with the 0-1. Swing and a miss.
Very nice.
Ligoni out in front. Castro doesn't look like a guy who predominantly plays shortstop when he's pitching.
No, he looks like he's supposed to be out there on that mound. Pitching very well, even though he's allowed 2 runners. In a good spot here to get out of this inning.
Tried to dial it up. You saw, I think, a few more ticks on that heater right there. He really reared back. It just misses, though, for 1 ball.
Some more oomph, some more mustard, some more cheese.
Some more zing.
Zing. Zam.
Whatever you want to call it. Castro was going for it. Let's see now if he goes back to that heater on 1 and 2. He does.
There it is.
He gets a cold strike 3.
There it is.
Painted in absolute beauty to end the bottom of inning number 8. 2 runners left on base. No runs, no hits. As the Muckdogs lead 11-4 as we go to inning number 9. The Batavia Muckdogs could not operate without our sponsors. While we have a moment, I'd like to shine a light on some of the incredible sponsors which power Muckdogs baseball. A huge thank you to Alex's Place, Batavia Downs, Eli Fish, Ficarella's Pizza, Cinquino's Pizza, Rochester Regional Health, the Mental Health Association, Tiny Piney, Jersey Mike's, Tompkins Bank, the YMCA, Whole Life Fitness, Farm Credit East, and many, many more.
Yeah, a very, very special thank you to all of our sponsors. And look, I've said it before, Muckdogs fans, if you want to support our Muckdogs, please support our sponsors. They make this team run. They make us proud. Thank you once again to all of our beautiful sponsors.
So many thanks, and a reminder, fans, we've shown it a little bit, but tomorrow, a big game. Not just a ton of fun for Tompkins Bank night, For one, you'll get to see Lou Dog in
is
action,
back.
fired
Back
up
in action.
on that diamond. But it's a big game against the Auburn Double Days, who, as things stand, they're first in the standings. They've looked tremendous so far.
Very
They're
strong.
red hot. You saw them take down the Muckdogs 12-4 at the start of the 8 games and 8 day stretch. They get bookends as Cooper Fesh will come to the plate to open inning number 9. Cole Schrochow still on the mound as that's a fly ball into left field. Catch is made. 1 pitch, 1 out. The lineup flips over now for Travis Hammond. Hammond 0 for 3 today. Still looking for that first hit. They'll have a meeting out on the mound. Luca, your confirmation, your belief, I'm going to confirm it. Garrett Beaver is warming up out in the bullpen.
Oh, yeah.
Cole Schrochow is done for the day. They bring him on to handle the lefty-lefty matchup, as a new pitcher will come into the ball game for the Tarpskunks.
Can't see his number quite yet. That is 10 for the Tarpskunks.
So that is Anthony Serrano. You may recognize that name.
Right.
Because Serrano is a guy that the Muckdogs are pretty familiar with. He was dominant and lights out in his first 2 appearances against the Muckdogs. But then they got the better of him. They got to him on the 14th of June in what was a crazy game. Tonight's game has moved faster than usual. That game was a whole different story. I mean,
yeah, you could say that.
Fastest game of the summer. A pitcher's duel between Pablo Sainz and Christian Pensick out on the bump. Both starters went at least 7 innings. Pensick went 8 shutout. He was unhittable. And they bring on their closer, Serrano, who had 2 back-to-back scoreless outings against the Muckdogs the first 2 times the two teams played. And he came in, and he just didn't have it. He had not walked a batter until that outing. He walked 3. He had not allowed a run going into that outing. He allowed 3. So now, this is his 5th appearance. He has not, surprisingly, has not pitched in a game since that outing.
Yeah, I almost think this is like a strategic move by the Tarpskunks manager to get some confidence back in his reliever. Coming into this game, I mean, the Tarpskunks are down 7, but Serrano, the Tarpskunks manager is looking for Serrano to come in and shut these guys down for 2 outs and mentally get him back with some confidence against our Muckdogs.
Looking for, I don't know if revenge is 100% the right word. It's a little bit, but more getting that bad taste out of his mouth from the source that gave it to him.
Right.
So sort of spitting out that gross taste that the Muckdogs tend to leave to pitchers with the way they swing the bat.
I like that.
Serrano's got good stuff, though. It was very impressive. It made it all more impressive that the Muckdogs, down to their final out, were able to put together 3 runs against him.
Watching him from our vantage point up here, he can throw it.
Yes, he's got some heat.
He's got a quick windup and even a quicker pitch. That fastball was humming today. See how the Muckdogs fare against him tonight.
Serrano attends Columbia State College. A few guys on the Muckdogs represent that school as well. Cole Taylor, Pablo Sainz. So, 3 guys from that pitching staff in this game tonight. Taylor and Sainz both pitched yesterday, so of course, no matter what circumstance, they're not going to come into this game. As the Muckdogs lead 11-4, the first pitch was a strike to Hammond. Serrano ready with the 0-1. That one low to even the count. Now on 1-1. That one fouled back. Just watching him pitch every time, it makes it all the more impressive that the Muckdogs were able to do what they did.
Yeah, you can tell he's got just some good stuff.
The 1-2 breaking ball is grounded out to second. Ligoni tried to backhand it, but it hit off of his glove and rolled into center field. That'll be an E4, the 5th error of the night for the Tarpskunks. They've had some shaky defense here.
Just honestly, that's a really tough bounce for Ligoni right there. Took one more extra hop than I think he expected and wanted. Unfortunately, another error for the Tarpskunk second baseman.
Last innings pitcher, Tyler Castrataro, will come to the plate and hit now. As he gets hit, got drilled by Serrano. A little bit of a back and forth.
Yep. I mean, Castrataro doesn't like that. I don't think that was... I hope that wasn't on purpose.
Can't imagine.
From Serrano.
Would be pretty surprised if there was any intent by that. Just seemed like,
Seems like the home plate umpire might be giving some warnings as well.
A little surprised by that. That seems quick, but I understand trying to preach.
Yeah, as Castrataro was talking to this Tarpskunk first baseman as well, I can sense a little bit of the negative energy in this game right now.
That one misses up high to Braden Horton. Understand the umpire trying to practice and preach preventative umpiring. Always a good practice.
Yes.
Here comes the 1-0. Goes to the backstop. Both runners will move up 90 feet. 2 ducks on the pond for Braden Horton.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, it was just, in my opinion, probably a strategic move to get Serrano in here to get his confidence back up against our dogs, but it could also be the other way. A big inning here, and that confidence that was already shoddy is even worse.
Only add more of a sour feeling for the right-hander, who the Tarpskunks are going to need down the stretch. They got to win some ball games to stay in the race with all these great teams in the West Division. So the 2-0 was fouled back.
That was a good fastball to get back into this count. Challenging Horton, which doesn't happen often, and he won the battle right there.
Yeah. Just doing more thinking about the standings, with the way the Tarpskunks have fared at 9-8, being 6th in the division, I think it only adds more importance to the games against the Ironbacks and the Red Wings. I hate to put it like this, but those two teams clearly a few tiers below everyone else.
Yeah.
So these teams fighting for positioning, they got to win. They have to win those games to stay in line, because you got to take advantage. You just have to in a race like this.
I completely agree. Every single game from now on is important, especially with how tight the West Division is.
It's 3 balls and 1 strike on Braden Horton. Pops that one, foul down the third base line, lands in the Tarpskunk bullpen. Three balls and 2 strikes to count. Serrano shakes off twice. Now finds a pitch he likes. Ready with the payoff pitch. It's lined foul down the first base line.
Yeah, Horton, never an easy out, it seems like.
No. Doesn't matter when, where, who's pitching.
What the score is, who's pitching, what the count is.
He's a gamer out there. Again, fouling one off at the plate.
That's an efficient skill right there. If you as a hitter can put the bat on the ball, even when it's not great contact, if you can just foul it off and see another one, you give yourself another opportunity to get a hit.
Fly ball into shallow center field. Coming in on it. The catch is made. Runner tags for home. Hammond will score. Serrano catches it. as the throw shot over Dom Costello's head. Costello has now moved to first base. I believe that is Chase Hagland, who's out there in left. He's the one who made that catch for out number 2.
And the Tarpskunks hate it, but Espinal coming up to bat with another runner in scoring position. Another opportunity to do some more damage.
Looks like that one plunked to the umpire. The throw down to third is in time.
Ooh.
Tyler Castro-Tauro gets gunned down by Lindquist. How about that? The ball got away momentarily.
Skip doesn't like it. Exchanging some words with the umpire. Nonetheless, Muckdogs are up 12-4 going into the bottom of the 9th as we look to put this game away.
Hi, what can I get for you?
One Muckdog ale, please.
Oh, that sounds good.
Here you go.
You know what? Let me get one of those too.
Hey,
Thank you, good sir.
what is this Muckdog ale?
Oh, it's actually the official beer of the Batavia Muckdogs, brewed by yours truly, Eli Fish. Come down, stop by, and get yourself some drinks, some food, awesome stuff at 109 Main Street.
As the bottom half of the 9th inning, just about ready to get underway, let's show you again the upcoming schedule, because there's some great games in the coming week.
Oh, yeah.
We already talked extensively about the game versus Auburn. Bark in the Park on Thursday.
Whoop, whoop.
Bring your dog to that one. I can't wait to see all the dogs in the stands.
That's just going to be a great night. Also, we're playing my hometown Syracuse team as well, and I would love to kick some Syracuse butt as well.
After that contest, the Muckdogs go on the road on Friday, the 27th at Auburn. But it's free T-shirt night. Who doesn't want a free T-shirt, Luca? Do you want a free T-shirt?
I want a free T-shirt.
I want a free T-shirt, too.
You'll be there. You'll be hearing Lou Dog in the crowd promoting that free T-shirt. Make sure to come by and grab yourself a free piece of apparel.
As the Muckdogs will take on the Elmira Pioneers in that one. For tickets, call 585-524-2260. Garrett Beaver is on for the 9th inning, making his 6th appearance. No surprise, the numbers are great. A 1.5 ERA in the early going.
You can't touch this guy. His windup, how hard he throws, he just makes it hard on hitters.
A pinch hitter is in. It's the outfielder Cole Swift.
Any relation to Taylor?
I think probably not, as that one popped up high in foul territory. It drops in between Fesh and Espinal. A bit of a miscommunication right there. As the count 1-1, Swift gets a second life.
Yeah, that ball was hit extremely high up in the air. I wonder if that affected our fielders right there.
Just high in the sky. Swift on the season is hitting .333 in limited action. Swings and misses. Through a 1-1 breaking ball from Beaver.
I mean, that is how can I say it? Gross, disgusting. Any of those words.
Luca, you were ready with a prediction. Before we came on, let's tell the public.
That is correct. I predicted earlier in this game that Garrett Beaver would come in, which was true, but I also predicted that he would have a 3-strikeout inning. I'm hoping to see it right now, as it is a 2-2 count. Opportunity is there.
That one misses low to run the count full on the leadoff man, Swift.
You like Taylor Swift?
Not particularly. No issues. Don't listen to her music. But hey, to each their own. The 3-2 is low for ball 4. What about you? Do you listen to Taylor Swift?
I don't.
I got you.
I don't. I think she has some great songs. I think there's a reason why she's very popular. Not up my alley. I'll say that.
I understand. Hey, music is subjective.
Of course.
As Eric Weeks digs into the box and takes strike 1.
Awesome pitch right there. Weeks, thinking that it was coming inside, turned his head. But it crosses the plate for a first pitch strike.
Front door beauty. So that one grounded out to third, but foul. So he's quickly ahead, 0-2 on Weeks.
Even with the walk, the 3 strikeout inning is still in play.
You could be looking at 2 for 2 on predictions today, Luca. That's a big deal. We haven't been too good at those this year.
We haven't. And we also predicted the home run because we didn't talk about it. We got to remember that.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yes.
I almost forgot about that. No balls and 2 strikes is the count now. Beaver looking for the K. Popped up. Espinal charging after it, but that one is going to land. One hop into the bullpen.
Espinal having some fun there with the slide.
And why not?
And why not?
When you hit the first home run of the season, when your team's up by 8 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning.
You can do whatever you want, really.
Yeah. Have your fun out there.
There has been some animals in this press box today, for sure. Had to fight off a spider and the bee earlier today.
Yeah, the spider's been hanging out by the audio board for a few innings now. Don't have a name for him.
I don't even know if he looks friendly.
That's okay. I'm sure he is. No balls and 2 strikes the count. That one gets by Fesh. Swift going for second. He'll make it standing. Well, he could have made it standing, but he decided to slide. Coming into the game, why not get that jersey dirty? Runner in scoring position now. The count 1-2. Line drive. Caught. They'll throw behind the runner at second. There is a double play. The 4th for the Muckdogs today. That one not via the ground out. Swift got a little too antsy. Fry threw to Walker behind him. So, a twin killing.
Oh, that also ruins my 3 strikeout inning.
Your 3 strikeout inning.
Hey,
is
I'll take the DP.
The double play. The double play certainly something that they'll be happy about in the Muckdog bench. Garrett Beaver happy as well, as that first pitch is outside the zone for a ball. Nico Frizzell, the last hope tonight for the Tarpskunks, swings and misses to even the count at 1-1. Goes back to that breaking ball, gets him to wave through it. Now a ball and 2 strikes. The Tarpskunks down to their last strike here tonight. The Muckdogs looking to improve their record in the season series to 4-2, looking to improve their overall record to 11-7. That pitch outside. They come back out tomorrow. They'll play Auburn at Dwyer Stadium back home, as here comes the 2-2.
Ooh.
That one, I think, bounced in the grass. Beaver never really had a great grip on that. The classic 54-foot breaking ball. As the count is now full on Frizzell. Ball outside. Beaver loses Frizzell. And there's a 2-out base runner. Branston Lindquist will come to the plate. Actually, Lindquist is done. I'll take him out. A new catcher will pinch hit. A catcher who also pitches. In fact, the Muckdogs saw him just a few days ago on the mound. It's Eddie Delansky. Delansky, a rising sophomore at Niagara University, takes that pitch out of zone.
Niagara, not too far from here.
No, pretty close, for about an hour and a half. There's a strike. On 1-1, Beaver delivers. Swing and a miss. There's that breaking ball for strike 2.
Yeah, that's been working for him, especially in this outing. Getting right-handers to wave at it.
The 1-2 from Beaver just misses outside. Two and two, here it is. Ground ball. Fielded by Fry. He throws on the run.
Oh.
Hits off of the glove of Espinal. It's an infield single. Staying alive, the Tarpskunks not ready to go down without a fight. An infield knock off the bench from Delansky. The lineup flips over, but it will be a pinch hitter as Joaquin Rodriguez Costa will come to the plate. A Delaware native. Don't see that all too often. He's a big presence in the box. He's 6 feet, 6 inches, 230 pounds.
Yeah, you can see the size from here.
And he just graduated high school.
Whoa.
Here's the pitch. That's a grounded out to short. Fry fields. He'll step on the bag, and that will do it here this evening. The Muckdogs put up 12 runs on 10 hits. They hit their first long ball of the season thanks to the first baseman, Justin Espinal. And they get their revenge after losing here at Russell Dietrich Stadium just 2 days ago. They improved their record on the season to 11-7 with tonight's victory. Luca, what allowed them to be so successful in this one?
I think it was very apparent to start the game that Jaden Sherwood was going to have a good day. He gave us great depth, like how I talked about. It was a key to this game, how we wanted Sherwood to go deep into it, and he did a great job pitching well, throwing strikes, utilizing the fastball slider combo to get outs, as well as Justin Espinal, who stays red hot for this Muckdogs lineup with hitting, like you just said, the first homer of the year. Great win by the Muckdogs. We always, always, always come out with more energy after a loss, and that's exactly the formula for tonight.
The Muckdogs will need to come out firing again tomorrow as they take on the first place Auburn Double Days, so they'll celebrate this victory for now, but tomorrow morning they're ready to let things rock again.
That's right.
I've been Nikita Lohman. Beside me, not behind me, is Luca Zaccaro. We thank you all so much for tuning in